Rolling into a Monday, Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. I'm your host, John Marks. Good morning. Everybody out there listening on the good old-fashioned radio dial, 97.5 FM, on the Fanatic app, a great way to listen. Maybe you're at home and you said, Alexa, play 97.5 The Fanatic. All acceptable ways to listen. Good morning. If you're watching live on YouTube, what up? Good morning. Make sure you like and subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic to watch all of our programming. Check it out. Watch our show live. Get involved in the chat as we have our chat group, which we review what they say at the end of the show in our YouTube chat recap. We say good morning to Ray Dunn. Hello, Raymond.
Morning, Johnny. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fantastic. How are you? How was your weekend?
Good. Busy.
Yeah.
But one pint of flash.
A lot of Phillies watching. It was a great Phillies weekend, right, Ray?
Oh, yeah, man. You know, that 11 hours of baseball, time of my life I'm never going to get back.
You're never going to get it back.
No.
Nope.
Thankfully, I was doing other things while watching.
The next time someone commits a crime, just make them watch the Phillies this past weekend. They'll go on the straight and narrow after that. Good morning, Sean Brace.
Dude, I watched 5 movies this weekend. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies over the last 72 hours.
Why?
Siskel and Ebert and Brace over here. Are they still alive? Or both of them
No.
dead? Both of them are dead?
Yeah.
All right.
Gene Siskel died a long time ago.
I knew one of them was dead.
Yeah. The guy that you would think would live longer died earlier.
Ain't that
And then Roger Ebert, I believe, is dead. If he's
Yeah.
alive, he's certainly not doing movie reviews.
I kid you not. The best movie I watched all weekend was the He-Man movie, John Mark.
But why are you watching 5 movies?
Well, it started with Minions and Monsters with my daughter
Okay, yeah.
on Friday, which was just...
Hold on, you went to the movie theater and saw 5 movies?
No, only one in the movie theater.
Okay, I was going to say.
And then the other one was just, I can go down the list if you would like. Disclosure Day was a big Spielberg joint.
Okay, but why did you watch so many movies?
You know?
spent the weekend indoors?
No, Friday night did that. Yeah, yesterday I was home all day. Yesterday was home. I watched the Phillies and that's it. And then I watched 2 movies yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, man, watched this crazy one called Obsession, where this kid, right? he gets like this little. He goes to a trick shop. He's got this little heartthrob or little girl that he likes in senior in high school, and he wants her to like him. So he breaks this like voodoo doll magic, right? And he wishes that she'll like him. Boom, it happens, right? But guess what? There's a catch. Now she's crazy, John. Now she's like staring at him as he's sleeping. She wanted nothing to do with him, but now she's all about him. The movie's called Obsession. Ooh, it's a good one. You might get some flashbacks. I know your style, PTSD. You might get some PTSD. She killed a girl. She killed a girl for talking to him, John.
Yeah, I had somebody. I mean, actually, we know I was punched in the face. Yeah. Somebody tried to stab me before, too.
Oh, God.
I forgot about that until you brought it up right now.
Story time.
She didn't really try to stab me, but she pulled a knife out and was like, "Oh, you're not going anywhere."
Whoa. Well,
Yeah.
this is up there. This is in that wheelhouse. Yeah, it was crazy. It's called Obsession, free on Peacock. Check it out.
Awesome.
It's a biopic.
By John Mark.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll watch episodes of Cops on YouTube
There you
instead.
go.
Why it's one of these days. Again, this is the Salciunas. Has like it could be 150 degrees in here. He doesn't know it. It could be 40 degrees in here. He doesn't know it.
He's a chameleon.
It's 150 degrees today.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's completely hot in here. Anyway.
I turned it down. Did you turn it down?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
touch
I
it.
touched it.
I
So
didn't
now we're
touch
down to 64. Now it'll be an ice box in an hour.
Just put it at like at 70 or 68.
It was at 70.
And it's this hot in here?
Yes.
Anyway, all right. So you know
Nelly.
it's getting hot in here because the Phillies stink. I mean, what a miserable weekend.
What are these guys doing?
Thank God the Blue Jays are dumb enough to walk Alec Boehm and put Hill to the plate to win the games. I don't know what happens if you leave Boehm up there, but
Yeah.
it's as bad as you think. The only like John Stolness, who does he does the Hitting Season podcast, and John's been covering the Phillies for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He put out a tweet. It's the only thing that made me feel better of anything this weekend. And what he said was, back in 2022, at this very moment, we were saying the same thing we were saying about this Phillies team right now. The bullpen stinks. Their offense isn't good enough. We didn't think they were going to make the playoffs that year because they hadn't made the playoffs. And they went on a run. They got hot in the middle of September. The bullpen got hot in the middle of September. But the Phillies lose 2 or 3. The bullpen stinks.
Mm-hmm.
You pick your reliever who's trying to blow games over the weekend, and they did. Kirkering yesterday. Saturday was Alvarado. Friday was Killian, and I don't think we're going to have to see Killian anymore.
He's Killian. He's dead. He's dead.
He hurt himself on the final pitch that he threw. So, here's the biggest issue. And we know that they have great starting pitching. Like the canned responses, we're going to keep hearing from the national media. Oh, but the starting pitching, okay. In the playoffs, starters don't take you 7 or 8 innings. You're going to need 2, most likely 3, just to get to Duran. The bridge to Duran, there isn't a bridge.
Correct.
There's just a huge cliff. And now with Kirkering, who has been miserable in his last 10 outings, now you may not even have Killian, depending on what this injury is. And after the game, Mattingly said it didn't look good, whatever that means. Alvarado sucks. Who do you have in this bullpen that you can actually look at and be like, well, that's the guy? Bolin? He's your one reliever. And can he keep up the pace that he's been doing? He's been great this year. Can he do it? So now, God forbid Luzardo gives you 6 1/3 in a playoff game. And that's if they get to the playoffs. He gives you 6 1/3. Now you got to go the rest of the 7th, and you got to go to the 8th. Who you putting in there? Who's your lefty? Is it Brooks Raley? Okay, maybe. But, this bullpen is not good enough.
No.
That's right, it stinks.
It does. And it's just one of those deals right now where I don't know what gets fixed, right? Like, how can you blame Don Mattingly with this? He's going with what the pieces he has. You can't use them anymore, and that's where we're at the point of no return with guys like Jose Alvarado. You can't put him in that position anymore. And if Don Mattingly chooses to do so, then that's when it's on his fault.
But sometimes you don't have a choice.
Correct. And especially when you play, I think after these next 3, somebody said last night that they'll play 14 straight. So you think about that. Again, they're Major League Baseball.
Thursday.
They're Major League Baseball players. You got to go. We know what comes with the territory. But at the end of the day, as far as rotation and pitchers are concerned, and it's bullpen, it's guys aren't available every single day. But yesterday, it was just maddening. Like, yesterday was so deflating because you get an unbelievable start by Luzardo, who gives you 12 strikeouts, who was untouchable. Yeah, he gave up the 2 runs, whatever. That was a game in hand. And you give it off to Kirkering, and you're saying, all right, just don't blow it. And what does he do? He gives up 3 runs in the 8th, right? They tie the game up. They're very lucky they came away with that win. They almost got swept, John. So, this is going to be a yelling fest about all things bullpen, and we're all on the same page. I just don't know what Don Mattingly can do different at this time.
Well, so Alex McFarland, who I guess is their top relief prospect, who throws major cheese, throws over 100 miles an hour. Have they even used him when he's been up? He's been up a couple times, but then they sent him right back. He can't come up until I think today he can come back up. Relying on a guy that's really has never pitched in the majors and hasn't pitched many innings above Double-A in his career, Ray, to be a guy that's going to save your season seems like it's very far-fetched to think that that's what it's going to save your season. But bullpen arms turn themselves around all the time. Maybe you get in the sweet spot. Maybe Joel Embiid can stay healthy and can all – like we're doing the same thing. We are. This team stinks.
Well, it's funny because I know you brought Ray in here, but real quick, not Shukri, Shugart, who got sent down.
Shugart, yeah.
I swear to you, I almost sent Ray a text message because we were texting during the game. He's been ducking me all weekend. Wait till you hear this.
Oh, so he does.
Yeah, this guy, he's been off the grid. He's got bachelor parties. I'm lucky he's here today. Hi, Ray.
I'm lucky that I'm here today.
Hey, Ray.
All right, more on that
Even
later.
Saturday night in Seattle, yes, I'm lucky to be here.
And then he comes in, Sugar comes in, and he pitched well. And then he gets 2 strikes on the guy, and forgive me, the Blue Jays hitter, who just mashes. He puts it over the middle of the plate. I'm not trying to make this out. My grand point is I'm not trying to make this out to be easy, because it's not. The game is tough. I get it. But these pitchers are coming in and they're not even throwing strikes. They're walking guys. Like, you got one job. You cannot give guys free passes to get on the bases. You just can't do it. So that's what we're seeing with guys like with Alvarado, which is troublesome. Of course, yesterday you saw with Kirkring, he got a little unlucky with the hit that fell in. But it's just more of the same. And
that's the problem is Kirkring has to be your best reliever or your second best reliever, and that's a problem. If he's the 7th inning guy with no pressure, perfect. You put him in when you're down 5-3 or maybe you're up 4-1 with little pressure. But now he's feeling it because he knows that he has to be the anchor back there. And he's not. He should never be relied on to be that guy. And Dave Dombrowski, at the trade deadline, added Killian. That's what he did.
Killian.
All right, and Killian, he hurt himself. His rib cage, great.
Also, really, but he's 38.
Yeah, and he's a lefty.
Yeah.
We have a good club.
He's not pitching the 8th inning.
No, you're right.
Shouldn't be.
You're right.
All right.
Do you look at the closer to go 2?
I'm down on the Phillies.
Ray, are people worried about the playoffs? They're a game and a half up on the Pods, or is it a game?
Game.
It's game. Because the Pods won last night, or yesterday. When I looked at the standings, it was a game and a half. So I guess that was before they played. Yeah, game up on the Padres. Awesome. Yep. No, you should be concerned. I mean, the odds are still heavily in favor of the Phillies making the playoffs, but that changes pretty quick. Like if they lose a series and all of a sudden they're not in the playoffs. Yeah, like this team, just telling you, even with their starting pitching, this team, let's see. I think the next couple of weeks is going to determine what happens with this team. They can't lose too much ground. And they sucked.
There's not a lot of ground for them to lose at this point.
And we'll talk about what to do with Alec Boehm because he had a really, really bad weekend. That's coming up. So, a couple ways to get a hold of us, Sean Brace.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same number, 610-632-0975. That's the phone line. If you want to dial, 610-632-0975. We'll answer, we'll put you on. Also, the Davis Honda text line, leave your name and location, and the voice memo. So send a voice memo to us on the Davis Honda text line, name, location, occupation if you want. And it's like making a phone call, except there's no pressure. Boom, send it to us. We chop it up, we put it on the air. Your thoughts on the Phillies? Do they have a good club? The hell with that. How bad are you doubting their playoff chances?
I'm down on the Phillies.
610-632-0975. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered with
Utley Philly toughness today, hanging in that game. We got some big innings and had chances and, kind of get kicked in the gut and then still bounce back. And, it's what you like to see. It's the kind of game that you're going to have to win. You feel like you're going to be playing down the stretch, and every win is good.
Yeah, spare me with the Chase Utley, whatever he's talking about, Don Mattingly.
Utley toughness, Philly win right there, baby.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. It was the Utley toughness.
World champions.
Or it was the Blue Jays very much had an opportunity to win that game because the Phillies tried to piss it away, and they didn't take it.
A team that sold. A team that's been dead.
Yep.
You lost 2 of 3.
Yeah, lost 2 or 3 to him. Like Friday night, Killian gave up the home run.
Killian.
It was one hit. It was a home run.
I mean, just when we're starting to get used to the drop, and now he's done.
Killian.
I mean, now the drop actually is hitting for me, and now he's not going to.
It's very disappointing. It's more disappointing the drop won't get used than he's injured because he sucked when he came. Great trade.
You suck.
You know what? You know how Dombrowski justified trading their number 4 prospect? Because you got the reliever that's going to help the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah.
You got a Rise, which was a good trade, right? But you also got okay, all right, if you're insisting on getting this great starting pitching prospect that we have, you have to give us something else. Hey, how about Killian?
Killian.
All right, we'll give you Killian. He comes right in and sucks, and now he's injured.
He was drunk on the Bolin success. You saw one go through the hoop, and you decided to fire away again.
All right, so you had Killian giving up the home run, they lose. Then you lose in extras on Saturday night. You had a quality Noel start again.
Yeah, how about that?
And then you had Alvarado, Alvarado's got no clue where that ball's going. And sometimes that's good. In his case, it's not.
No.
He's not effectively wild. He's ineffectively wild. So he gave up the lead, and then they lose in extras. And then yesterday, they tried to lose that one, courtesy of Kirkring. Anytime Kyle Schwarber hits 2 home runs in a game and Luzardo gives you the effort that he did yesterday, you cannot lose that game. Thank God they won. But, God, it was the weekend of Alec Boehm. So Friday night, they're down 1 in the 9th, 1 out, bases loaded. Trevor Rogers had 3 walks in the inning, including had just walked the bases loaded. Ray, they walked Luis Arraez, who never walks. Mm-hmm. He literally doesn't even try to walk. He says, no, I don't want to walk. He walks. Bases are loaded. So what does Boehm do? Right on cue, swing at the first pitch. Not even a fastball. So if you're looking at it and saying, okay, I know he's wild. Now the bases are loaded. Now there's even more pressure on him to throw a strike. All right, I'm going to sit dead red fastball, and when I get it, I'm going to smash it. Instead, he gets a slider, and he gets a slider in a bad spot, and he ends up doing exactly what you would do with a slider in that spot. He rolls it to the right side, and they come right home for the force out. So your opportunity to get the run home with 1 out and end the game is gone. And that's what cost you in that game. You lose. Saturday, oh, man, a simple ground ball to first base where Boehm can either turn, go to first, get the out, or whatever he's going to do there, he can't do what he did. Because you get the second out, now the sacrifice fly that becomes the next batter becomes the 3rd out of the inning, and then you're able to score a run in the bottom of that inning. Instead, they score a run, then the Phillies have to score 1 run to tie it, and then they lose in extras. And then what even happened yesterday? What did Boehm do yesterday? I forget.
I could give you at least one. He comes up in the 10th, bases are loaded, man on 3rd, and I'm sitting there like, oh, just put a ball in the air. He pops out, he fouls out. The guy next to me is like, well, he put one in the air. I was ready to choke that person out. That was one of my close friends. I was ready to kill him. Popped out. He's killing us.
He's killing us. He is.
He can't play first. Oh, the error, too. Luzardo throwing the ball to first. He drops the ball. Killing me.
Well, when you put a third baseman at first and he's your everyday first baseman, now you see it's just like with a guy like Sosa. Mundo Sosa is good when he plays once a week.
Yeah.
When he plays 5 days a week, that's why he's a utility player. And that's what Boehm looks like at first base. He digs the ball pretty good over there.
Yeah, he got lucky a few times. Ole. None of this Ole nonsense, Dorn. Yeah, he's over there at first base, just like pulling it out. He had a couple plays. He saved Stott in the 1 inning 2 times.
Oh, another guy that's playing out of position.
Yeah, there's a lot against him right now. I honestly, don't know.
I'm down on the Phillies.
They lost 2 or 3. Very lucky they didn't get swept. But this is a bad time right now for this team to be struggling, or maybe this is the perfect time, right? You get the full,
bad.
you get the full
It's
month of
early enough.
August,
Very bad.
so at least you know this is August and you got some time. But like you brought up McFarland earlier, we really going to throw him into the mix? You saw what happened to Kirkring when you put him into pressure situations.
Yeah, you have no idea how he's going to react to it. You don't. And honestly, your point's the best point. It's early. Yeah. This isn't the time you want to be peaking anyway. The problem is, who are going to be the replacements that come in and get it to Duran and the offense and the defense? I'm at this point, so we're going to check the text line. We're going to go to the voice memos, and we have some phone calls, 610-632-0975. So get it in right now, and we'll take your reaction next. I'm at a point where Bohm doesn't need to play every day. And I'm fine with putting Bryce Harper back at first and rotating a couple of different right fielders instead of Harper. I'm fine with that. Can Harper play right field and first base? Is that something they consider? They should.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I don't need to. I'm not telling you I'm benching Bohm every day. I don't need him out there playing every day at first base. It's not like his bat is good enough to where you deal with some defensive liabilities because of his bat. No, he's very average across the board. Very average across the board. And in big spots, he's making boneheaded decisions.
You know, it's funny because last week we had multiple people calling up. We were Luis Arized up, who, oh, by the way, did you see? Credit to the great Boop stats, Bob Patron. Luis Arized is 0 for 6 games in his career. He had 945 games with everybody else. He did it one time. 6 games with the Phillies already, one time in his career. 0 for 6.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Come on down.
The stink already got on him,
Yeah,
Sean.
the sludge is on him. I would just say, like last week, we were Luis Arized up, having some fun with that. Of course, you know, it's a different element to this lineup, so you'd never know what it could turn into. They've scored runs. There's some bright spots. Stott's been playing well at the dish. Look at his numbers, over 310 since July 1. Schwarber finally got it going. Harper's there.
Harper's been.
There's some positives, but man, these issues are so ugly and so in your face. Just bold letters, bullpen and defense, and that's just. And oh, by the way, of course, on the bases too, running. Like this team struggles with the fundamentals, and that's what's going to end up killing them come playoff time. I have no second thoughts about them making the playoffs, John. They are going to make the playoffs. What are they going to do in the playoffs?
So you're sure?
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Ray, are you locked in?
I'm in. Padres are right there. They actually added to their rotation.
They looked good yesterday too. I watched that game in Peacock.
I swear, if the Phillies lose their playoff spot to the team that picked up Austin Hayes on waivers, I'm going to end up on the news.
No, but I mean, to your point with the Padres, people wrote them off because they were not good.
They couldn't score.
And they're making a run, and they added to the rotation. So if you're looking for a team that's hitting their stride at the right time, it might be the Padres.
Ooh.
They have a ton of talent on that team. Yeah, I tend to agree with Sean more than you, Ray. They're heavy favorites to still make the playoffs. With this starting pitching, they're going to make the playoffs. That's what my bet would be right now. But, you know, give me a week, and I might think a lot differently about that.
I start sweating a little bit earlier than everyone else. I'm a little more emotional in that regard.
You do?
Yeah.
But maybe that's because you have Kirkring and Bolin as your top 2 righty relievers.
Well, maybe tonight, after a horrible weekend of baseball, I'm relying on the Painter Ron Hell piggyback on Monday night against the Cardinals.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, Johnny? Real quick, just from this weekend. 36 guys left on base. 8 for 35 with runners in scoring position. They left a small army out there over the weekend, and they hit 228 with runners in scoring position. I'm as mad as anyone about the bullpen. But at some point, you've got to come through in these situations so that we're talking about Ron Hell getting in a 7th inning. Someone else getting in the 8th inning. They've played very painfully close baseball games now all season, but especially over the last 2 weeks. When you have a weak bullpen already, the one thing that you make a weak bullpen weaker by is overuse. And
which they've done, yeah.
Kirkring's velocity's down yesterday. Why? Maybe because it's the 6th time I've seen him in 8 games.
Correct.
Put a game away every once in a while. It's the freaking Blue Jays. They're already playing. I don't know where Canadians vacation, but they're already playing a vacation there.
Vancouver.
Vancouver, is that it? They got to go all the way across Canada?
So were you saying they don't have a day off for 14 days?
Dude, I was just looking at
They just got Friday, right?
They have been playing. Look at this.
They have next Thursday off.
They haven't had a day off
They have this Friday off.
since July 23rd. Am I wrong on this? Just look at, because they go.
987-654-321. They had the 30th of July off.
Okay. You're right. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but still, that's
So 31.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They'll have played 14 straight games.
That's it. That's a lot.
They're taking a flight to Iowa
Oh, wow.
When's that?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Is that Thursday?
With
So
the
that's
rain.
why they have the Friday
Yeah.
day off. Gotcha.
It's
Field of
also
Dreams, baby.
the rain out date, just in case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who
Does
doesn't
Heaven-
want to spend 2 days in Iowa? Dyersville, man. Place to be. Shout out Nick Nurse.
Yeah, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. So
We
Ray,
have a good club.
Ray, I'm in. Sean's more confident, but like I think most Phillies fans say I still think the team makes the playoffs, but what the hell does that really mean? That's where I'm at.
I'm there to a point as well. Like last year, I was all in. I was fighting a good fight. I believed in this team. Oh, get to the playoffs. They'll eventually turn the corner. No, didn't happen. Egg on my face. Same old song and dance. This year, it's a team that's going to make the playoffs. But I'm not going to tell you anything
But
different. than
this
that.
year, at least there's the secret weapon of Mr. Motivation, Don Mattingly,
Oh,
because there's
yeah.
nobody that can get his guys going more than Donnie Baseball.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Let's go to Alex in Bethlehem. Alex, go ahead. How are you?
Yeah, just great, guys. Just great. This team is ticking me off, guys. I'm going to be quick. I want to focus on Dave Dombrowski, who I've been a fan of. But once Major League Baseball went to 6 teams in the playoffs, teams like the Phillies have used that as an excuse to be mediocre for 6 months. And we see it with the 5th starter. We never have a 5th starter. You know, we haven't had a bench all season.
Yeah.
And the Phillies just say, hey, no bench, no problem. You know, we're going to be in the playoffs with 86 wins or whatever. And that is such a loser mindset.
Yep. Remember when Dave Dombrowski at the end of the year, he more or less said, well, we could have won the World Series if it wasn't for the ball bouncing the wrong way or the umpire screwing up. And that really was his mentality and his urgency, which was in baseball, sometimes things happen, and that's the difference between winning and losing, and we still have a winning team, but that's why we lost. And anybody with eyes saw differently. The reason why they were in that Dodgers series, and by the way, they won 1 game in that series. That didn't go to the 7th game, and they lost because it was such a close series, right? They won 1 game in a 5-game series. They won 1 game. And anybody with eyes the last couple of seasons can see this lineup needed some kind of change. They held on to Alec Boehm again. Why? The same things are happening. And honestly, I think Boehm, is he a chemistry issue? I don't think he's bringing positive chemistry to the team. Give me friggin' Derek Hill in right field over Boehm. If you're going to start Boehm 5 days a week, start Boehm 2 days a week, and give me Hill for a day. Give me De La Cruz for a day. Do something other than what you've been doing. Anything.
I mean, the Phillies should have to play like their hair is on fire to make the playoffs, but that's not the reality, and they'll probably just be 500. You know, maybe we get in the playoffs, and it's not going to last much longer after that. I can assure you that with this team.
All right. Appreciate it, Alex. So here's what we're going to have. Bank the show sheet, Ray. I won't be working with you guys, so I'm going to have to get our future morning show host.
Still bank it, Ray.
Yeah. I'll send it out to the entire company.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So just like we heard with all the ESPNers about the Sixers, no one wants to put them in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Joel Embiid coming back. They're starting to get hot right now. Paul George.
Oh, yeah.
Phillies are going to be borderline playoff team coming down to the last week. They're going to need to get hot at the right time, which, by the way, that served them very well the years they actually needed to do that because you're playing playoff games heading into the playoffs. But book it. With this starting rotation, if the bullpen can stay hot, if the lineup can get going, look at Kyle Schwarber, look at Bryce Harper, look at Trey Turner.
I'm believing.
No one wants to play this team.
Yeah.
And just like with the Sixers, yeah, they're right. What does that mean? What do it mean for the Sixers? They beat the Celtics, and they got swept.
I'll throw one on top of that for you because it was one of the first things we talked about together on this show was, well, the real World Series was Phillies-Dodgers. You wait until that NL wildcard series where it's 3-6 Dodgers-Phillies, and the Phillies lose in, honestly, probably 2 games,
That'll
but
be the
they're
World
2
Series.
one-run games, and all of a sudden we get the,
Fine line.
oh, well, they played the Dodgers again.
I think we have a good club.
Dodgers have
Get
lost
ready for it, Johnny.
8 out of their last 9. They're still leaking oil and then some. I think we're past that conversation as far as leaking oil. This is
Oh, yeah, for sure. In the middle of September, they're not going to be leaking oil, and they're going to be rolling into the plus.
You're probably right.
But you know what? That's great. I hope they lose.
Who, the Dodgers? Yes.
I hope they lose. So what does that mean? You lose to the Brewers instead?
Well-
This team's not good enough to win a World Series. What are we talking about?
And the Brewers are 74-44. They are on a roll this year.
Yep,
It's incredible.
they sure are.
And oh, by the way, just bringing that up because at the end of the month of September, that's who you go back to back with. You go Brew Crew, and then you have the Rays, who are 5.5 up in their division. They just had a heck of a weekend. So maybe we're looking at 2 teams that have things locked up by then. We'll see. There's a lot up for debate as far as playoffs, all that, seeding, with all those extra
Right.
spots. But could very well be, 2 series where those guys don't have to play for anything. And that could come in really handy for the Phillies. Again, long time
Yeah, we
until
don't
we
know.
get there. But they got to turn it around, man. This is just it starts with the bullpen, and that's the big issue. Like, I want to beat my chest a little bit and say they're better than this, but, man, that bullpen is atrocious.
I don't know if they are.
I don't think they are.
Sugar started the year in AAA. He's had major league experience. He's had a little bit of success in the majors. He started in AAA.
He's back.
You look at look at who's in the bullpen right now. You have a lot of AAA guys. You have Alvarado, who might as well be a AAA guy at this point. You have a 38-year-old lefty who I like, but not as your first lefty out of the bullpen. And then what else do you have? Kirkering, who you already know what Kirkering is. He can have a good regular season. You can't put him in the 8th inning of a playoff game. You don't want to, at least. You're going to have to. And then you have good starting pitching.
You got Miza. Don't forget about him.
You have Miza, who, by the way, hasn't he overachieved for what he is?
Yeah, he's the long reliever.
Who's the comp for some of the other teams with Miza?
I was
Clay
gonna say,
Condrey?
He's just this year's Banks. Tanner
Right.
Banks last year. Oh, it's great. You got this out of Tanner Banks. It's great you got this
Right.
out of Miza.
Yeah, he's a Clay Condrey type. He's the guy that's pitching the 6th inning, and, like, you're okay with him pitching the 6th
Little
inning.
Scott Air action.
Yeah, he's not pitching the 7th or the 8th.
Real Clay Condrey story. You ready for this? That guy had cowboy boots, had his initials on the top of his boots, CC.
Was he drunk in Manayunk one night?
No. I was in the locker room those days. I think I was following, like, Meredith Marakovitz around those days.
Me too.
Yeah. Shut up, Meredith.
Yeah, she's a star.
Yeah, she is.
All right, Ray, Davis on the text line. What are people saying?
First time texter here, so next time please get us your name and location. Being a Phillies fan is like being stoned to death by popcorn. You know how it's going to end, but you don't realize it while it's happening.
Oh, I realize it. But to what he's saying, I was in on this maybe 2 weeks ago. This team sucks to watch. This season sucks. This team is brutal to watch.
I got to push
These games
back.
are the worst.
I got to push back a little bit because I see that on my timeline a lot. Like, I'm not even tuning in. Schwarber went yard 2 times yesterday. That was a good game until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't.
Yes.
When was the last time you had fun watching the Phillies for, when I say expended period of time, a series where
What
you're
was
like, that was fun.
What was the series before the Blue Jays? With their eyes. That one.
The Nationals.
Thank you. That series was awesome. All right.
Yeah, that's
If
right.
you could play the Nationals every week, it'd be great. No, it's bad, but like I definitely. We talked about this with Bone, where it's like, all right, we don't want to kill him because he's not going anywhere. And again, he had 2 hits yesterday. I'm not today is not the day to defend Alec Bohm. I'm hearing you, but we talked about it from the perspective of he's not going anywhere. He's going to be a part of this team. And it's like, we got to back him. We got to be there for him, right? This team is still going to be in the playoffs, and
We hope. See, at this point, I can't say this team's going to be in the playoffs. I can't say that.
Minus 325 on the yes.
Oh, I know. I saw last night. I saw on it was on FanDuel. It might have changed, but I saw last night. It was minus 650.
Last week was minus 6 something, so that tells you a little bit. Things are changing very fast. But why isn't this considered a little bit of a lull for this team too? Right? It's just
All right. Since the All-Star break, lost 2 or 3 to the Mets, lost 2 or 3 to the Dodgers, lost 2 or 3 to the Yankees, got swept by the Marlins.
Oh my God!
1, 2 or 3 Baltimore, 1, 3 or 4 Washington,
Getting hot.
Lost 2 or 3 to the Blue Jays.
Ugh.
So I would have to add up their record real fast. I mean, that's not 6, 10. They have 13 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 13 since the All-Star break. So to your point, this is the lull before they kick it. But what's going to kick it? Because wasn't the Arise trade supposed to kick it? And then it looks like the exact same team with a better hitter.
So what? They were able to tally up a couple runs. What? 5 on Friday, right? 4 on Friday, 5 on Saturday, 7 yesterday.
They're finding ways to lose games, and that's what good teams find ways to win games. Bad teams find ways to lose games. They're not a bad team, but they don't look like a good team right now, Ray.
No, this team right now is honestly like taking shots. The idea of it sounds really fun. As you're doing it, you can feel the burn in the back of the mouth. You're like, oh, this probably wasn't a good call. And then you wake up the next day like, really? Did I have to do that yesterday?
Yeah.
That's where I've been with this team right now.
Well, that sounds like your Saturday night.
I stayed away from the shots. Too many beers was the problem.
Are the
there.
Phillies cheap tequila? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
That's kind of what I'm trying to sell you right now.
I don't know about cheap tequila. So
It's expensive for sure, actually.
If the Phillies were a vodka, they're not Vladimir in a plastic bottle.
No.
I don't know if they're Kettle One.
They're not Kettle. Hell,
They're
no.
not Kettle One, but they're overpriced for what you're
I was
getting.
gonna say,
They're Sky right now.
expensive.
Sky, hey, I
They're
like Sky.
Yeah, they're Sky, the big blue bottle.
That's a good jug. I have one at home.
gotta love
Tastes good
joke.
with it tastes good with energy drinks.
Smirnoff.
No Smirnoff.
No.
No, they're better than Smirnoff.
Yeah, they're not Vladimir. You're right about that. And they're sure as hell not stateside. They're nothing of the good stuff. That's for darn sure right now.
All right. Can you definitely say this is a playoff team? 610-632-0975. Phone line, Davis Honda text line. Leave your name and location. And the voice memos on Davis Honda text line. Let us hear what you have to say about it. Also, some pretty big news over the weekend regarding Lane Johnson. We have to talk about coming up next. Tim Kelly from On Pattison. His thoughts. He's in that locker room every day. His thoughts on everything. That's coming up at 11 o'clock. Lane Johnson and your Phillies reaction coming up next. Middays with Marks. All right, we're back middays with Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. The new lineup kicks off 1 week from today. Mornings with Marks and Salciunas, Brace and Dunn.
Hey now.
That new country group.
Yeehaw!
Also the midday show. Connor Thomas producing.
Right in the middle with you.
And nothing changes in the afternoon. So that's next Monday, Ray. You excited?
They're calling it the Ricky Metallico show. We petitioned for that. I think we got it.
Okay. Yeah, we can take the name off the show.
Yeah.
Especially after his performance last week at the Tyrese Maxey Foundation.
Why?
Oh.
Why? Because of the height?
Right, it's so funny.
I got a DM from somebody that said, am I wrong, but could Joel Embiid please show up for one of these functions?
I mean, please don't get me started on that. Focus on the Phillies. All right, Lane Johnson talk coming up in a second.
Yeah.
But you had something on the Phillies.
I do have something on the Phillies, and I thought that I had an answer to help this bullpen, but unfortunately, he got scooped up. And we often talk about this, like agents who are really good at their job, no matter the professional sports. Bar none, the best agent as far as baseball is concerned, Scott Boras out of the way, Craig Kimbrell's agent, is the best agent in Major League Baseball
Who
history.
signed him?
He got picked up yesterday by the Kansas City Royals. He was released on Thursday by the Tampa Bay Rays. He started the season with the New York Mets.
Yep.
This guy was toast. How many years ago was that? 23? 23? And we all saw the writing on the wall. Yeah, he still continues to get action. He's picked up by the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, I mean, David Robertson, is he available out there, Ray?
Oh, he's available out there.
Is that no? But seriously, is that the smoke signal Dave Dombrowski's going to have to put out there? Otherwise, you're dealing with guys that aren't in the majors, or you're going to a young guy like McFarland, who's got real stuff. Gage Wood's name's going to get brought up. He has not done well in Double-A the last couple outings. Maybe you bring him up as a reliever, and that changes. That's a big risk, and I don't think the Phillies are going to do it. I wouldn't do it.
Caution to the wind. Alex McFarland. Like, I'm done. Who are you going to get that's into the 30s that's available right now that's making a difference? I can't tell you McFarland's going to either, but
Bartolo Colon is still pitching in the Mexican League. We can dial him up. Bring him in.
What do you think he's throwing, 80?
you know who's still playing the Mexican League? Robinson Cano. He's got over 800 OPS.
Oh, no.
Things I found out this weekend.
That's funny.
What's he, like 46?
He's got to be up there.
be
And I bet you he could still get you a base hit if you need it.
Maybe maybe he loves playing baseball. Anyway, McFarland's 25 years old. He was a Phillies draft pick who he got drafted. So 2022 he's in single A, 2023 he's in single A, both as starters. And then they convert him to a reliever this year. So it was late last year, early this year, they converted him to a reliever. At Reading, he had a 2.06 ERA. He throws major cheese. He has high velocity. He gets a lot of strikeouts. He does decent amount of walks. He had 47 strikeouts in 35 innings. He went to AAA. He only had 4 games of AAA. It's hard to look at Alex McFarland and say that guy's the answer to the bullpen woes. I bring him up and give him a shot, but guess who brought him up and didn't give him a shot? You're fighting Phils.
That's correct.
So that must tell you something if they're acting like that.
I'm not saying he's going to save you. At this point, I don't know if there's a savior that's coming down here.
I mean, you don't have any other choice.
Correct.
Than give him a shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least he's got stuff.
And you just hope it plays. You hope he comes up as confident. But I don't know which way you said that it was the Kirkering thing from 2023, but it's basically the Kirkering thing from 2023. Like, well, we got this guy down there that could help us. Let's bring him up and see what happens. And
So if you're so desperate that you're willing to move every piece around the infield and outfield as far as defensively is concerned, and that hasn't really been a home run if we're honest, then how are you not rolling the dice and taking chances as far as the bullpen is concerned? Or was this enough? Is this the signal? That's it. What you saw this weekend, now front office, they control obviously Don Mattingly, his decisions. Now it's the time that we got to get desperate here. And you can't use Alvarado in the 7th or 8th inning, and we need to bring up Farland like you brought up.
But what if that doesn't work? And he's a righty. They don't have like Ray's talking about. I don't know if they have an answer. You know that you have questions, but if you can't answer the question, what are you going to do? You do your best to try to do it.
You got to cheat.
Well,
that's what I would do if I didn't know the answer.
Well, that's
to a
what
test.
Alvarado did too, and he got caught. All right, give us the hate text on Alec Boehm, and then we'll Get a voice memo and then Lane Johnson.
Yeah, we've got David checking in, a military member of our military. Wants to talk Alec Boehm here. I recommend moving JT to the 5th spot in the lineup following a rise, which allows Alec Boehm to bat 8th or 9th. I believe this adjustment is necessary to minimize his at-bats. I hate him so much, and I know he's going to be an all-star in the American League next year when he's playing Kansas City or Tampa Bay or some Timbuktu team. Never mind. He'll be in a men's league as a softball all-star next year because I forgot about the lockout. I hate that guy.
They should move him down. Yes. At this point, he had 2 hits yesterday.
Yeah, in the 8th spot.
Yeah. He had 2 hits yesterday, so it worked. I'd move him down. Absolutely.
2 walks, too. He walked. Yeah, well, the one.
But see, that's the problem is he's not when the moment's the biggest, like the bases are loaded, what does he do?
Oh, double play. Lock it in.
Well, he swung at the first pitch, which if you look at any batter with an approach at the plate, if they're going to say, I'm going to lock in on a fastball and give me something to drive because all I'm trying to do is get the runner in from third base. There's 1 out. It makes sense, but you can't get fooled on a slider and then just dribble it over to the right side of the infield for a fielder's choice. Yeah. Can't do it. So that's the approach at the plate. A good hitter would say, nope, I'm going to take that. Or, man, this is a fastball right down the middle. Let me drive it. And that's been his problem. When the biggest spots are out there, he wilts.
Yep. And, it's funny because Shane Victorino hopped in. It was a great broadcast yesterday. They were weaving everybody in. Big Piece, Jimmy, all that. Well, Jimmy was on over the weekend. But yesterday, Shane hopped in. And it was a Boehm base hit. And you could tell Shane got his back up against the wall. He was saying, wait a minute, guys. The game is difficult. The game is hard. It kind of pushed back a little bit. And T-Mac wasn't doing anything. It's Tom McCarthy and Kruk up there, and Cole. But he was real quick to snap back at the boys in the booth. Like, this game is difficult. This game is tough. And I'm not here to say it's not. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, like, what I would say is this is what we have. And I think they're good. It's a good team, but they're not great.
I think we have a good club.
And they're not on the same level as a team like the Brewers, like the Cubs, like the Dodgers. I need to watch again, man, because I haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're still 23 games over 500.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They have 70 wins right now. Yeah, but this team is clearly not a World Series contender at this point in time, and I don't know what would change.
Do we have a suggestion of saving the season with Otto Kemp?
Oh, yeah. Zach in Old City on the YouTube chat.
Here we go.
Call me crazy. Remove Boehm and bring back Otto Kemp. Speaking of long-lost drops.
Championship caliber player?
You could take that one with you.
So I get custody of that?
Yeah, you get custody of that.
Well, it's like Killian, the Killian drop.
You have that one, too.
All right, but if he's out for the rest of the season, we wasted that. AutoZone, at least we got a little bit of play out.
This is not going anywhere.
Hey, Ray.
It is a part of the show.
I think we're going to split custody.
We're going to split custody. Yes,
fine.
joint custody.
That's fine.
I specifically asked Mike Schmidt because I wanted to get something that we could use.
That is the drop of the show.
And I haven't been sunburnt since.
See? Could have
Shout
saved
out Mike Schmidt.
Could have saved your life. All right, we have limited time here. Tim Kelly's coming up at 11 o'clock. Just quickly, we'll play the sound for you after Tim. But Lane Johnson spoke yesterday, and for the first time, it felt like he could retire. He's like talked about it before, and I never took it seriously when he spoke yesterday because he's obviously his personal time away. He brought up his parents. I don't know what happened. I don't want to speculate, but it seems like that maybe they're having some medical problems or something happened personally with his family because that's what he brought up. So it does feel like for the first time that maybe certainly he's considering this being his last season, and just by signaling that lets you know that now it's like, all right, you're on notice. This could be it.
Win one for Lane, baby. Win one for Lane.
Ray?
Yeah, you throw that much praise at Markel Bell's feet after talking about this being your last year. You're thinking about what's next for the team and what's next for you.
Right. No, it's true. Now, also take into account, he probably is still emotional from whatever happened. And your initial feeling after that could be that. And then without knowing details, if things stabilize or maybe he feels differently after he calms down or he's not as emotional, he could come back. But the reality is that the Eagles have to plan for not having Lane Johnson here. And this is the first time because before it'd be like, well, you got to draft your replacement to Lane Johnson. And my reaction always was, no, you don't. Now you have to actually look for life after Lane. And I don't know if that's going to be next year or the following year, but now you have to really plan for it.
We need a tagline.
Life after Lane.
Life after Lane is a good one. No.
Hashtag L. A-L.
No, because it's got. Oh, geez, here we go. I like that parody song, Ray. It's like it's the chase for one more for Lane. Stay in the lane. We got to kick it around. 3 rings, 1 lane. Something along those lines. This guy has been so darn good. And, oh, by the way, 36 years old, talking about retirement. That's a pretty good life.
Future Hall of Famer. Cut. We'll do that after Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly on Patterson. He was down there all weekend. He's in the locker room all the time. Does he still think, is he sure this team's making the playoffs? And more with Tim Kelly. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Last ride for Lane. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update that's brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they come directly on your schedule with real expertise tailored to your needs. Make an appointment with a Verizon Business expert. Go to Verizon.com/book today. Lane Johnson met with the media on Saturday, returning from a few-day absence to training camp, and said this year will probably be his last.
I mean, as you get older, things change in your life, priorities, your children get older, parents get older, and so, it just puts things into perspective. So, looking like this is probably potentially going to be my last year, just because I am getting to that point.
We'll continue to react to that news throughout the show today. The Phillies had a walk-off win on Sunday. Certainly didn't feel like it, though. Afterwards, they lose 2 of 3 to the Blue Jays over Alumni Weekend. Derek Hill had the game winner. They avoided being swept. It's a 3-game set now with the Cardinals beginning tonight at 7:45 out in St. Louis. And Union got a 3-1 win over Mexico last night in the League's Cup game. Kevin Sullivan with that 3rd goal for the Union. This update's also brought to you by the Empire State Building. Immerse yourself in authentic New York experience at the Empire State Building Observation Deck. Get your tickets at empirestatebuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. I'm Ray Down your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the
Mr. Ray Dunn, Bryson Dunn, starting 1 week from today.
Hey
Marks
now.
and Salciunas. You gonna wear your cowboy boots?
Yeehaw. No, Ray didn't want it. He's like, dude, I don't get down with country. I'm like, nah, it's all good. We might do like a segment with it, but other than that,
What do you get down with, Ray?
This.
Oh, that because you scream hip hop when I look at you.
That's fine. I've enjoyed Yacht Rock more since I started working with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, yeah, this is what I enjoy. Yeah. I'll get out to it. I say country music to me is like baseball for a lot of people. Beer and good weather, I'm in. Otherwise, I can kind of miss it.
So my mom commented to my daughter Bella, my 5-year-old, that Ray looks like a leprechaun when they would watch the show on YouTube at home. And so Bella now, with Ray, calls him a leprechaun. So we go to Red Robin on Friday. And you know, at Red Robin, of course, they have NBC Sports Philadelphia. And Ray had his lollipop in his mouth with his fresh haircut. And he's on the TV.
Ray's got a lot of gigs, John.
I know he does. He's a star. And then Bella goes, no, it's Ray. And I'm like, yep. She didn't call you a leprechaun, though. But
that's
she
nice.
knows you. She goes,
Appreciate
it's
that.
Ray. She goes, it's your station, Daddy. And I go, yeah, it's Ray.
You know who's called me a leprechaun now, too?
Who?
Angry Al.
St. Patrick's Day, book it.
Oh, I'm great on St. Patrick's
Thank
Day.
the show sheet. Big week for Ray.
Well, nobody's called Tim Kelly a leprechaun.
No.
Although I'm sure Don Mattingly's probably called him a couple. Dave Dombrowski's probably called him something under his breath. That's because he does such a great job covering the Phillies for On Pattison, longtime Phillies reporter. Tim Kelly joins us on Zoom. What's up, Tim?
Many people have called me a leprechaun, so it's hard out here having red hair.
It is, but you pull it off, Timmy.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so obviously the story from the weekend, and thank God they win yesterday because I think the sky would really be falling. But ultimately, I don't think it changes anything that they won a game yesterday. I don't know how they're getting the Duran in the playoffs, Tim. I saw a lot of people that were responding back to some social media things that were saying, oh, you're being negative. The Eagles or the Phillies starting pitching is great. They'll be fine. Man, starters don't give you 8 innings in the playoffs, and I just don't know what the answer is to the bullpen. So do you have the answer at how they're going to get the bridge to Duran?
No, I don't. I think increasingly, though, it seems less likely that it's going to be Orion Kirkering and Jose Alvarado, and they're going to have to rely on Jonathan Bolin and Brooks Raley and hope that your starters go at least 7 innings in the postseason and that you win in relatively short series. There's not a good answer, but I don't know that you can trust those guys moving forward.
I kind of do know if you can trust them moving forward.
Yeah, we got our
But
answer.
to your point, man, that leaves them thin. So what are the other internal, because the trade deadline's passed, and I guess they could go out and they could find a veteran guy that's in the minors that they can get him out of his contract. So if we're talking about Duran in the ninth, at least you know who your closer is. Bolin's been their best right-handed setup guy. He's going to be the guy. Kirkering still is probably your best option if you need a guy in the 7th or the 8th inning. Raley is your best lefty. Other than that, are there internal candidates that you think could step up? Who are the guys in the minors that you could potentially see? Who do they have?
Well, they have Alex McFarland. I know a lot of people have talked about that. He wasn't eligible to come back up, except now Caleb Killian injured himself late in yesterday's game. I don't know if he'll pitch again this season. If he does, it probably won't be soon because it seemed to be like a rib oblique situation, which is not usually a quick return for a pitcher. I know he's not going to St. Louis. So there's going to be some sort of roster move today, and maybe they bring McFarland up. He's walked a lot of guys in the minors. That's the issue, and that's not what you want from a reliever. But if you're looking for somebody that has a high ceiling, he would probably be the answer. They could bring Chase Sugar back up. Like, I don't think that that's moving the needle on that. So there's not a great option. They're past the trade deadline. They did improve the bullpen by adding Raley, but probably not enough.
I know Gage Wood has not been great in his last couple starts, and he is a starting pitcher, and the Phillies really have resisted even thinking about him being a reliever. Is there any talk that potentially they could bring him up and use him in a potential situation?
After the trade deadline, Dave Dombrowski got asked about Wood as a whole, and he basically said, we haven't discussed that. So they didn't 100% take it off the table, but it's probably closer to 0 than 100%.
Well, Craig Kimbrell was my answer, but he got scooped up, so we're going to pass on him. Tim, great to have you. Great job as always. I know it was a busy weekend for you down there. Glad to get a couple minutes from you today. A little bright spot from this team, okay? Let's talk about Bryson Stott. and the month of July plus that he's had, 312 average, 14 extra base hits, 18 walks, something along the lines of what Barry Bonds has been able to do in 2022, 13 walks, 0 strikeouts, 10 games. So we're talking about some bright spots from Bryson Stott. Schwarber back into the mix with 2 bombs yesterday. So, like Luis Arraez adding something to this lineup right now. As far as this lineup is concerned, if you're getting production from guys like Stott and, of course, Schwarber, and you add Arraez to the mix, should we start looking at this lineup potentially different, especially down the stretch here?
Well, especially if Schwarber's going to get going. I was pretty concerned, and then he comes out yesterday and hits 2 home runs. But you mentioned Stott. He's been excellent, and I think he's looked good at third. Arraez had a tough game yesterday, but in general, you feel pretty good that he's going to put the ball in play. And I think Bryce Harper is probably benefiting from having somebody different hitting behind him. And I would even point to Justin Crawford's probably been their best hitter this month. So I wouldn't get carried away with Justin Crawford, but I think he's performed well this month. And you see when he puts the ball in play, he can be electric on the bases. So there have been some good signs. Again, it's still probably like the bullpen where they're probably short, but they can make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens there.
Tim Kelly on Patterson. Alec Boehm, who had a memorable weekend. I don't know if he had 2 hits yesterday, but he looked like a third baseman playing first base with that play that was hit to him that ended up costing him. He had a poor bat on Friday night. And you look at August, he's doing pretty well as far as hitting in August. But you think we get to a point where they would move Bryce back and he would almost be a platoon player at first place? So Bryce plays some first, some right field, maybe De La Cruz or some other outfielders get a shot when you bring Bryce Harper in. Can Boehm play his way out of the lineup at this point?
I think he could play his way out of it. He's still probably the best option, but especially because I don't think they want to move Harper back and forth. But it has crossed my mind, like, does it get to a point with Boehm, who almost certainly isn't going to be back next season, where they say, all right, put Harper at first base, and then either De La Cruz plays every day in the outfield and or Edmundo Sosa goes to left field and Brandon Marsh goes to right field, something like that. It was a struggle. And, yeah, I mean, we've seen them bench Alec Boehm in a playoff game a few years ago, so it's not unheard of. But I still think that they would prefer that they think he's their best option.
Real quick, back to the bullpen. I did get a tweet here from Mike Savage, great listener, good dude. He said, Matt Strom's available. I know he wasn't good in Kansas City, right? He was in where was he at? Yeah, KC.
Kansas City got designated.
Yeah, it was not good. But
he also burned bridges here when he left.
Yeah, so Tim, nothing there as far as the pastrami, as Steve said to me here.
I just think sometimes things have a shelf life, and he's a big personality, and you add in that he hasn't pitched well this year. He was a really good signing, good Philly for a few years, but I don't think so.
All right, let's fast forward to the playoffs. Do they get there? How confident, Tim Kelly, are you this is still a playoff team?
Probably less than I was at the beginning of the weekend, but I just look at the NL playoff picture, and there's 3 teams. I'm going to not include the Marlins. There's the Phillies, the Diamondbacks, and the Padres competing for 2 playoff spots. I still like the Phillies' chances to get one of those spots, but what does that really mean? Like, if you reach the wild card round, even if you win the wild card round, this team is in damned if you do, damned if you don't win a World Series type situation. If they get to the playoffs and lose in the wild card round of the DS, it's the same story. And if they don't, then it's a real failure. So short of at least getting to the NLCS, I think people are going to be very frustrated.
Yeah, I said it earlier, Tim, to where it's like, all right, whoop-de-damn-do. They made the playoffs again, but then what? This looks like the same team that's lost the last couple of years, except the bullpen's worse this year.
Yeah, bullpen's worse.
Is David Robertson, is that going to be Dombrowski's Hail Mary? Are we bringing him back again this year?
I've been waiting for a few weeks for the tweet to emerge that David Robertson is going to be throwing for teams. And he's one of my favorite players I've covered, but I think he was at the end last year.
All right, Tim Kelly does a great job on Patterson.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Here's the question. All right, Luzardo gives you 6 innings in the playoffs. It's the 7th inning. Who are you bringing in?
I'm bringing in Brooks Raley or Jonathan Bolin, depending on the matchups, and then the other one's pitching the 8th inning. And then, and honestly, it may even be you bring in one of them for the 7th inning and Duran's going 2, which isn't a sustainable recipe for a month, but you got to win. So
no, you're right. It can get you through a game.
Yep.
But then now, because you know this, look at the playoff logs from 2022 when they first went back to the playoffs. Look at the playoff logs. Starting pitchers don't go 8 innings. You're lucky to get 6 or 7 maybe, and we have really good starters here. And, man, like for one game, you can make it work. For 2 games, it's tough. For 3 games, it's impossible. So, man, I don't know what you do, but Alvarado not only giving you nothing, he doesn't know where the ball's going right now. I don't even know how you put him in at this point.
It crossed my mind yesterday when Jesus Luzardo said, I was lobbying to go another inning, and he had about 100 pitches. And the Phillies said no. They haven't pushed any of their starters up even after off days. It crossed my mind, are the Phillies in a position where they're going to get to the postseason and just say the starters are going 7 innings no matter what? Even if Zach Wheeler gives up 4 runs over 7 innings, that's better than having him go 5 2/3 innings and bringing in a reliever after that.
That's a great point.
That do you have guys going 110, 115 pitches in the playoffs?
I like that. And it should be a recipe for somewhat success, at least through the first 6. All right, Tim, you were down there all weekend. It was a long weekend. Give us a highlight from Alumni Weekend, and specifically Utley, man, because for my money, there's nobody that connected with this city, this fan base, more than Chase Utley from the OA team and beyond. So a highlight, maybe something that we didn't see from behind the scenes. I know you were down there all weekend long.
Yeah, the Utley speech was cool. I thought the coolest moment yesterday, they honored a few players that were like Moonlight Graham and were on the Phillies roster but never actually played in a game. They threw out first pitches. They also honored Max Scherzer, who moved into 10th all-time on the strikeout list. Him and Steve Carlton took a picture together. So
cool.
If you're a baseball history junkie, that was a cool moment.
That's pretty cool.
The Moonlight Graham stuff, they brought those guys out to throw the first pitch?
Yeah, they threw the first pitch yesterday.
And
so
go ahead. So those guys registered a game but did not have an at-bat, correct?
They were on the roster for at least one game, but they never actually appeared in the game for the Phillies. And I believe a couple of them were local guys too. So there were 4 of them. Will Toffey was one of the guys on the 2022 Phillies that was on their roster for a day or two, but never appeared in a game.
Moonlight Graham was born in 1877.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah,
he's pretty
baby.
old. Was it Moonlight Graham's great-great-grandson? Or
If you build it, they will come.
They were like Moonlight Graham.
Are you going out to Iowa, Timmy?
I am. I'm so excited. I mean,
nice.
I'm not excited for the travel. I think it's going to be a disaster. Like, I have to fly through Atlanta to get to Iowa, which doesn't even make sense.
Not a lot of non-stops to Iowa?
No, and then Anthony Sanfilippo and I are driving another hour after that to get to where we're going. But actually being at the field, I'm super excited. More excited than I was for the All-Star game or anything else that's happened this year.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know what? Embrace the experience because you'll never forget it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm really excited.
appreciate you, Tim, as always, bud. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Congrats, guys, on your everything going on at the station.
Thanks, man. We hope to have you a big part of it going forward.
Let's
bro.
go, Tim.
Appreciate you.
For sure. Thanks.
All right, there he is, Tim Kelly.
Iowa. Is this Iowa?
So Baldy.
Or no, is this heaven? No, it's Iowa. Sorry.
Baldy, I don't know how much college football he's doing these days. He's probably still doing it, but he used to talk about what his schedule was during football season. So he'd be like, I got to get to Ames, Iowa. That's where Iowa State is. So, there's not a direct flight that takes you to Ames, Iowa, and then you go to – so you got to fly into here, drive 5 hours, do that, and then he, has to drive to Dallas the next day to do a Cowboys game. And he's going to drive back to do that because he's got a Monday night game in Philly for the Monday night football game.
It's Travel Dog.
Travel Dog.
That's right. He is all over, because all the cuts that have taken place in our industry across the board, but specifically with NFL Network, he is front and center. He's doing all the traveling. I've watched him literally every day for the last week. It's the best. But can I just bring this up? And this is every single time somebody's got to bring up the pinky.
Yeah, it's his thing.
I know, but come on, can we just move on? He's got a crooked pinky. We've known about this for 40 years.
It's not a crooked pinky. Everybody may not know about it. We know about it. It's more than crooked. It's mangled. See, here's the easy fix.
And I love Baldy. This is not a shot at Baldy.
No, it's not.
I was watching, but you know where it goes. They bring it up, and they do 2 minutes on the pinky when they're at commander's camp, and I want to hear about what's happened with the linebacker situation.
I know.
And now I get 2 minutes of Baldy's pinky again.
Right, I was dying to hear about linebackers in Washington.
Yeah, I really want to know who the 4th one is on the depth chart.
Yep. Yeah,
Who's the 7th round pick that's getting cut?
So here's what you do. I got a meat cleaver at home.
Yes.
Just take that sucker right off.
That's his thing, though.
I know.
That's his tagline.
Well, he's much more than that.
No,
but-
he's the man.
Yeah, Baldy's the man.
Baldy is awesome. You know, I can't. You know that injury, right?
No.
This is some Ronnie Lott stuff right here, Ray. This is the type of guy that I am. My senior year of high school football, I made a tackle, and it got caught up in the back of the jersey. Whoosh, tendon in my finger, gone. So now I can't make a fist.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's straight.
So I cut off when I lived in Hawaii and I was working at Chuck's Steakhouse. Right here, see that on my nail?
Ooh.
I cut it. I cut my finger to where it was just dangling. There was barely anything left.
Nice.
They had to stitch it through the nail. I was cutting when you cut, you're supposed to do this, not this. So
Yeah.
that way, when you cut it, and I'm undoing, it's like you're not leaving your hand out to where you cut it, then you chop your finger off.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. So they had to literally stitch my finger back on my hand.
Did you stay? Finish the shift?
I did.
Nice.
I put a rubber glove on, and it hurt like absolute friggin' hell.
How's your knife game?
I mean, it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ray, you chop vegetables?
Yeah, back when I was working at pizza shops.
Okay.
And I got yelled at all the time for that, too, because it's just more natural to do it like
It
this
is,
than the
but you have to
protect
you bring the fingers in.
Yeah.
Who do you think's
Don't
got the
chop 'em
best?
off.
Who do you think's got the best knife skills at the station?
Me.
You. Ooh.
Are you talking about carving people up or chopping?
Yeah,
There's
it's two
Ricky
different
answers.
Yeah. Somebody's got dead bodies. Are you saying?
Maybe.
No, I'm talking.
You suck.
I'm talking about the onion. You got to dice the onion.
I worked at. I mean, I don't know. Is any? I mean, you're
I love it.
You have a restaurant
Yeah,
experience.
but cutting limes, you take your time.
Yeah, you're more
Yeah.
front of the house than back of the house.
yeah,
I
yeah.
worked in kitchens.
I try though. You know, you spin it, go like that.
All right, and we have some. What's Angry Al voice memo about? Phillies. All right, here's Angry Al.
Johnny Marks and the Amazing Brace. And
up, man?
guess who's back? The Leprechaun. Phillies are like a bottle of Cuervo Gold. Everybody loves them, but they're not real. Only 51%.
Not real. Only 51%. Yeah, well, so Al's anti-Philly. All last year, they're winning the World Series. This year, they're winning the World Series. What about your prediction, Al? Now you're out? Okay.
Not a Cuervo guy.
No?
No. But
I'm not a tequila guy at all.
yeah, and then you get into the world of like what's real and what's not. And I think that's what his point was. But yeah, this team right now, bringing it back to the Phillies, they have some flaws. But and we talked a little bit about this last week, where it's like you get to the playoffs and you got to play your best baseball there. Are they capable of doing it? And even if they do play their best baseball, is that good enough to push them over the top against teams like the Brewers, the Cubs, so on and so forth? And that's the issue that I have. Those teams are really good. Every time that I've watched the Brew Crew play, I come away impressed. And even without Miz getting the start, who, oh, by the way, is still just a flamethrower out there. The Cubs have really come on strong lately, and the Dodgers have went the other way. And you, like we said earlier in this show, we know that they're going to find their stride come September. So that's the issue that I'm having. But
The Phillies really don't seem like they have a lot of upside.
correct.
You know what I mean? Their bullpen is their bullpen. I don't know how that gets saved. Their lineup is their lineup. I don't know how that differs except the guys start hitting home runs.
And Arise could
Arise-
change some things.
But is it?
No.
Doesn't feel like
We're
it.
grasping. We're grasping. I'm pleading. I'm even one of
Are
these.
you Faucian? Are you pleading the fifth? Or?
No, I'm more of a victim.
I'm down on the Phillies.
I would just say, like, and I'm trying to even say, hey, look, we should just enjoy these games right here, right now, because guess what?
Enjoy what?
Yeah, that's the issue. They're not playing good baseball since
Oh
the
my
All-Star break.
God. They stink. What do you got, Ray?
I'm just saying, this is why I keep thinking they're an NLCS ceiling. Because you get them in a 7-game series, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to see these guys at some point in the bullpen. I'm going to have to start a fourth starter. Now, granted, since the start of July, don't look at the numbers, but Aaron Nola's been that ERA better than Christopher Sanchez, some are saying. If you just look at the beginning of July.
Another Nola quality start.
Just saying.
Look good.
But yeah, ultimately, that's the flaws of this roster will be exposed in a 7-game series if they get to one, because that 3-6 matchup could be Dodgers-Phillies. Could you imagine that?
Maybe this is the year to get them.
They go out to L.A. We have to do the whole. Well, it's better they're not at home. They're playing tents at home.
Well, you did bring up Nola. He took that ball off his leg, so he's all right. Everything good there, Ray, since you're in his camp?
Oh, yeah, we think it's fine.
All right,
Yeah,
and
I think
then
it'll be fine.
Painter getting the start today. Last time, remember, he was removed due to the hamstring issue. So, and he's looked good his last two
Yeah,
starts.
I'm cautiously looking forward to tonight's game, if that makes sense.
Small favorite
That could change quickly.
against the Cards.
All right, give us another. Let's wrap up the Phillies conversation with the voice memo. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. How's my favorite midday radio show? Chase Utley, you are the man.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's Jason Lee,
That is.
our buddy.
Was
Jason
it
Lee,
really?
radio legend?
Oh,
What's up, Jay?
That is pretty good.
Here's the Alec Bobe. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, fair ball, out at first base. Alec Bohm and the Phillies lose.
There you go.
5-4.
I have been locked in on some of these throwback Twitter handles. This one Phillies and Eagles throwbacks. It's at Phil's Birds Throw. On 8/9/2008, Jimmy Rollins had a big day at the plate, but Charlie and Brett Myers were at each other's throat. In the 8th inning, Charlie removed Brett Myers from a game.
And Myers got pissed.
And Myers, they literally he had to be separated all the way into the hallway. It's like, damn, dude.
See, everybody thought Charlie was just some old country bumpkin that wouldn't mix it up.
I don't remember that one.
I remember it. I don't remember. I didn't remember when it exactly happened.
Well, Myers stunk.
Stay right with you, son.
There you go, Chuck. Myers stunk. I think he wasn't able to get a couple wins in his last appearances. Anyways, so it's 3-1 in the 8th against the Pirates. He gives up a hit, gets pulled, and next thing you know, they're nose to nose.
All right, coming up, Lane Johnson. What do we make of it? We'll play the audio and then we'll discuss. Also, Sean, there's been a lot of lists. It was list season in the NFL. There were a lot of lists this offseason. I have the worst power rankings you will ever hear in the NFL.
Ooh.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
And for Lane, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Lane Johnson met with the media on Saturday as training camp continues for the Birds and said this will probably be his last year. Then he praised on rookie tackle Markel Bell.
He's one of the best rookies I've been around, just as far as being in the playbook. You know, no complaining. Haven't heard him complain one time, and just he's always asking questions. So, just a really mature young man.
As for news today, out of camp, Devontae Smith once again not participating due to the hamstring strain. We'll keep you updated. Everything going on with Eagles camp ahead of their first preseason game this Saturday down in Baltimore. Phillies walked it off on Sunday. Derek Hill, the game-winning hit, but it certainly didn't feel like a big win on Sunday. They just avoided being swept, dropping 2 of 3 to the Blue Jays. Now headed for a 3-game set with the Cardinals out in St. Louis against tonight at 7:45. And the Union won 3-1 last night. League's Cup play over Necaxa. This update is brought to you by Taco Bell. Experience the new $3 pepper jack steak burrito in decadent melty or crispy fresca, limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Mark. Bills lose 2 or 3, win yesterday off to St. Louis. We'll break it down. Lane Johnson returns to camp after missing a number of practices. He was missing because of personal things that were going on. And here's Lane Johnson upon his return.
I mean, as you get older, things change in your life, priorities, your children get older, parents get older. And so, just puts things into perspective. So, looking like this is probably potentially going to be my last year, just because I am getting to that point of those priorities, away from football are starting to merge. Not that I don't enjoy, I love everything about this game and preparing for it, but that's kind of where I'm at in my career. So, yeah, man, just looking forward to this year, playing best I can and stay healthy, and that's about it.
Yeah, potentially, and for the first time, this could be his last season. Now, he didn't say it was. I saw a couple people that said, this is Lane's last season. Not necessarily. But if you're the Eagles, you now really have to. Is it going to be Markel Bell? Okay, great. You better get his ass ready, right? Like now there has to be a little bit of urgency for what to do going forward. And by the way, Lane has not been healthy.
No.
He wasn't healthy last year. It felt like he couldn't get through a game. Forget about games that he missed.
He missed the final 8 games of the season, including the playoffs last year.
So, and maybe that plays into it. But, just hearing what he says, it seems like that he realizes it's time to, with the kids and his parents and everything else, he's thinking about it. And when you start thinking about it, you start thinking about it. And that means that it's only a matter of time. And maybe it's this year. Maybe he gets one more out of him. I don't know. But, yeah, was I surprised to hear it? I mean, I guess. I don't know. We've heard him talk about not retiring, but he had brought up retirement before. That was a couple of years ago.
Sure.
Now.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. And I'm just, honestly, I'm glad that he said something like this, where he deserves all the respect. We just talked about it on Friday with the Mount Rushmore. Like, Lane Johnson's on the Mount Rushmore of Philadelphia Eagles. Has to be. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 14 seasons, all with the Philadelphia Eagles, 4th overall pick. This guy has lived up to the billing and then some. And then some. I mean, you think if they had him against the 49ers last year, I don't know if they beat him, but I think they would have a better shot of doing so. I know that we were cooking that up as we were getting ready for that game. But I'm happy that he did it on 2 fronts. Number 1, so the Eagles can start to get prepared for that. Number 2, he deserves the shine. And if there's anybody out there that should get some praise from other teams before games, the swan song, that type deal.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in the NFL. It's Lane Johnson. This guy is a stud.
Yeah. I mean, is BG playing this year? Because he didn't – a lot of times guys don't like to say – like, Jason Kelsey didn't say this is my last year. Did he? Or did he say that? I don't know. I mean, I've heard NFL players in particular say they don't want to say it because they don't want it to be about them.
Correct.
And they may know inside this is their last year, but they don't come out and say it.
Yeah, and then you always want to be available, too, just in case you get that call. It's a different world, I would imagine. I don't know. I mean, it's not easy to play any position in the NFL, maybe kicker or punter, I would say.
And he has not been healthy, too, on top of it.
Yeah. I just remember Shady McCoy. Some players have been like, I'm not retired. Or Shane McDorino did that, too. He's like, I'm not retired. Snap
Don't
back.
call me retired.
Yeah. I'm not done. No, I didn't turn my papers in just in case someone wants to call. But it does seem like that this is a career for Lane Johnson. And I give him all the credit in the world. He got up there. He didn't get choked up and just addressed it. And look, if this is it, like I said, the career that he has had with the Philadelphia Eagles, and we said it, he is one of the greats when it comes to the history of this franchise.
2 Super Bowl championships.
Such a high level. How many years did they say, I don't get caught up in the offensive line. I leave that to Baldy and his crooked pinky.
And me.
Yeah, okay. And
I'm a big O-line.
Yeah.
You look at me, you think offensive
Tell
line.
me about the pancakes. But you would start a season going, he's the best player at that position.
And that's what makes him a Hall of Famer. For 5 years, if you're the best player at your position, you're a Hall of Famer. And you have all the other stuff. He's got the championships. He's got the longevity. He, like you had said, 5 years he was the best right tackle or the best 1 or 2 right tackles in the league.
The man.
He's the man. Ray, does it sound like he's done?
Yeah, it sounds like he's done.
It does.
Anytime you have to clarify at the end of your statement that you're still prioritizing football, it does seem like you've kind of thought about what life is like without football. And once those thoughts start creeping in August, I would imagine by the time you get to November, you're like, yeah, I don't know if I can go through this one.
Yeah, he's looking at it and being like, I got to do this. I got to do this the entire season. And the injury stuff to me is a big deal.
Yeah, of course. He wants to be at the top. He doesn't want to be in and out of the lineup the way he was last year.
You worry about how you feel after you're done playing.
Right.
You think about the injuries this dude's had. He's a monster.
You think about when your voice appeared at the Kelsey documentary. Now, Lane Johnson's probably having that moment right now.
Yeah, we got to dig that up.
Yeah, we do. We definitely have to dig that up. We need to come up with a tagline. Like, is this
Hashtag LAL? I don't remember. What does that even stand for? I forget now.
And you
Life after Lane?
Life after Lane.
There you go. Life after Lane. The final drive for 65.
I'll let the midday show have that. You guys can figure that out. All right.
Lane's last run. Lane Johnson. And my son named after him, Lane Johnson. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, my boy Lane, he literally every time now, like he sounds like Andrew Dice Clay. Oh! I walk in the house, that's what he does. He goes, oh! It's the funniest thing ever.
Because you're doing it all the time?
He's just making noise. He says hello to everybody, bye to everybody, and he does this. Oh! And I'm like, Lane, how you doing? What's happening? Oh! So funny.
It's awesome.
He's 14, 15 months. Pretty funny.
All right, we'll get back to some phone calls here. Sean, Ray, you didn't see this, and I think it's because you were out of your routine on Friday because you worked afternoons.
Mm-hmm. He's out of his routine all weekend long, too.
Exactly. So I saw this. I don't even know how, but I saw it. So this is have you ever heard of Nate Davis?
CBS?
CBS. No, USA Today.
USA Today.
Can't say I have.
Negative, Nate. And I may have heard him. He does national. He's not their number one guy. He might be like their number 2 columnist or number 3 columnist. Anyway, NFL power rankings as preseason opens. All right, I have them right here. So the question is, where do the Eagles fall on a power ranking? Just in general, where would you say, without having to think too much, where are the Eagles in a power ranking, right? Right now, NFL power ranking.
Their odds have been somewhere around 8th or 9th. Feels
right
like,
around 10.
Yeah.
Right? 8, 9, 10, something like that. Yeah. All right. Sean, would you agree with that? If you're doing a power ranking, where would you put them?
Yeah, look, I don't try to get too caught up with them as far as being the best team in the division or in the conference, but they're up there with the Packers, the Lions. Yeah, I could make the case for the Eagles.
All right. Courtesy of Nate Davis. Number 1, the Rams.
Okay, I could buy into that.
Number 2, Seahawks.
Yeah.
Well, they did just win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Number 3, Denver Broncos. I'm kind of but like, all right, they were in the Super Bowl last year.
Well, Knicks, huh?
Number 4. Where's 4? Why is it? The Bills.
New stadium. A lot of stadium inspectors on my timeline.
They're going to keep doing this until they actually win. And we'll see if it actually happens.
Yep.
This has to be the year for Josh Allen.
Number 5, and I actually appreciate this guy because no one else has the Bears at number 5.
Nice.
And I also think he's stupid because the Bears aren't the 5th best team.
No, that's a little high.
Number 5, Bears. Number 6, the Texans.
Good defense. C.J. Stroud leaving a lot up for grabs, but go ahead.
All right, so now we're getting into the Eagles range. Number 7, the Niners. Niners better than the Eagles?
They were last year.
All right. Where's number 8? I'm sorry, I have this advertisement that's over top of
I love the pop-ups, the X's, then you hit them and your fat fingers.
Yeah. Well, how do I get rid of it? I don't even know how you get rid of it.
Nate Davis.
Yeah, I could probably bring it up on here. Well, I know the Eagles aren't 8, but the Cowboys are 9.
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
All right, Cowboys 9, so it's still no Eagles. Detroit 10.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Eagles have got to be coming up. New England 11.
Oh, A.J. Brown.
Kansas City Chiefs 12.
All right.
13, Baltimore Ravens.
New coach. Interesting.
14.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Ray's favorite team, the Green Bay Packers.
Over the Birds. Okay. All right.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Your Philadelphia. Nope. Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right,
which means the Eagles got to be 16.
Yeah, now we're getting a little over the top here, aren't we?
Chargers are 16.
Oh, Justin Herbert and his new fiancée.
17. Finally, it is not the Philadelphia Eagles. Kyler Murray and the Vikings make an appearance at 17.
The Vikings over the Eagles.
And coming in at number 18 from the NFC East are your Washington Commanders at 18.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
And then the Eagles are finally at 19.
What?
Just above the Saints.
That is absurd. That is absurd.
Here's the capsule to it. The offense is going to appear virtually unrecognizable. Probably necessary after last year's showing, but can't wait to see it, especially rookie wide receiver Mekhi Lemon.
Who hasn't really practiced.
It's going to be unrecognizable. There's one guy's gone, right? Yes. Unrecognizable, same quarterback, same running backs, same wide receivers except for a rookie. Well, now they have two new wide receivers. A.J. Brown's gone. Dallas Goedert's back. Offensive line's the same. What is this idiot talking about? I mean, like putting the Commanders? You want to do like put him at 12? All right. You're trying to get some clicks. And this guy's not a clicker. This isn't getting clicks. He doesn't tweet a lot.
Yeah, but he's a New York fan.
Is that what he is?
I sniffed that out. Yeah.
So he's like Pete Prisco who hates the Eagles because he's a Giant fan?
I think there's something there with that, which is like, I get it. Your bias going to come in. But you can't.
You're sandwiched in between the Commanders and the Saints.
This offense last year was brutal. They finished 24th overall, I want to say. Running the football was up there in the teens, 17, 18. I don't know how you could sit there and say that they're A, going to be worse, or B, the same. That's my issue.
Got to be better.
This team will improve. 100% going to improve.
He also put out his predictions, and I think that was a couple days, like last week. 8-9 for the Eagles.
Oh, he's the prediction guy. I love
he
the
also does
predictions
predictions.
from USA
Yes.
Today. They ruined that for me. He ruined this for me last week. Oh, and I love when USA Today does predictions because usually they're pretty good. And the fact that they had the Eagles below 500 is disastrous.
Ray, better chance of happening, the Eagles finishing at 8-9 or the Eagles finishing at 14-3?
14-3.
I'm just glad he didn't bring up anything with Emmett Till or anything like that because that's what they do over there at USA Today.
But also,
Nancy Armour.
He also says, he says that he's excited to see. It doesn't sound like he's excited to see the offense.
No, not at all. 17th, you said, or 18th?
19th.
19th.
Oh, come on. That's absurd. Just say it out loud. That's absurd. And I can get down with the fact that he has some new blood. I am high on the Chicago Bears. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will bounce back. They still have a lot of question marks. I'm okay with that, but don't sit there and tell me that the Commanders are going to be better than the Eagles. I was listening to somebody over the weekend, and this is a team that could win the division or miss the. I don't see the Commanders winning this division.
I don't either.
I can't get there.
I can't either.
What's their strengths? A running quarterback that you don't know if you could depend on him for a full 17?
He looked amazing his rookie year. And
Sure.
Then you saw last year how he doesn't become a top 5 quarterback. His health. You cannot take hits like that. Now, can he learn to play the game where he doesn't take that punishment? He's really skinny. He's not built to take the hits. So now you're taking away with what makes him amazing, which is, and he isn't a quarterback. I don't want it to sound like that. Oh, well, he's a running quarterback and he's athletic. No, man, that dude can make every throw on the field. You can't make those throws when you can't stay healthy.
Correct. That's a big issue right now. Yeah,
So-
they brought in Diggs. You got to like that. They got a good, McLaurin's really good. I give him all the credit in the world. This is a team that finished last in defense for yards last season. The worst defense statistically in the NFL. Now, of course, they went out and attacked it in the draft, getting a linebacker, Sonny Styles. But come on, man, that's a rookie linebacker thrown into the mix. I'm not buying this team winning the division. That's where you lose me.
Better chance, 8-9 or 14-3
For who?
Eagles.
14-3 is a hell of a year, dude. I don't got to tell you. That's
a Super Bowl year.
That's number one record in the league. I'd hate to say it, but
Do you go into the season thinking the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl? I don't. I mean, I'm not telling you they're not one of the top teams in the NFC, but the Rams very much have that feel of the team that has all the talent, and they put this team together to win this year.
Yeah, it's hard.
And they've fallen short the last couple of years, and at some point they're going to win another one.
Correct. But the one thing I would say, and I was kicking this around yesterday about, because there's a lot of question marks when it comes to the Eagles. I'm not here to tell you that they don't exist. But in reality, doesn't every team have a question or two? So let me ask you about the Rams. What's their question? Is it Stafford's health? Is that the number one and that's it? Like, is there any other question marks when it comes to the LA Rams? And, of course, Aaron Donald's going to be in a mix, of course.
Stafford, but that's also a big question mark considering the age and the injury stuff, even though he hasn't really missed time. But isn't he one hit away from missing time? Any quarterback.
Stafford, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, Aaron Donald, couple seasons off. I know that we remember Aaron Donald being one of the greatest defensive players to ever play the game. But snap of the fingers, he's returning to that Aaron Donald.
But you're not relying on him to come in and save the defense.
That's true.
You also traded Jared Verse to get Myles Garrett,
which is a hell of a trade.
Man.
Yeah, I was reading. Did you see what's going on with that? What's that, Ray, in studio? Sorry, what's that? I saw Bill put that up there.
Oh, yeah. It's, Andy in Lambertville gave us picture frames on Friday.
All right. I didn't know what
I left the one of me on his desk.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Bill took exception to it because nobody respects the studio. He just walked in the middle of the segment.
McVay brings everybody in. And I believe I read this, if I read it correctly, Jared Verse, like before the trade went down, brought everybody in, Jared Verse at the top of the room, and addressed it. We're trading him, and, like, it hit. It hit for a lot because they loved Jared Verse in that locker room. Loved them.
Those guys, for that reason, love McVay.
I totally agree.
They will die for that dude.
McVay, that hit me too.
He's just not some McDaniel nerd that knows offense. No, that dude, like, those guys love Sean McVay.
Emotional intelligence, he checks that box.
He's awesome. All right, so speaking of NFL head coaches, so this is the Jimmy Shapiro email list that he sends out. First NFL coach fired. Right? Aaron Glenn is the first that's 2-1 being fired. All right. Where do you think Nick Sirianni lines up on this list? The lack of respect for this guy,
I'm not doing a good enough
for
job.
the other list that's out there, is unbelievable.
He's number 2 on that list.
He's
right,
not
Ray?
number 2.
Oh, no.
But where is he as far as odds, would you say? He's not 4. He's 6.
He's 6? Give me the 5 in front of him.
Todd Bowles, 11-2.
All right. I
Zach
get there.
Taylor, 7-1. The Bengals don't fire coaches because they don't want to have to pay 2 coaches.
That's true. Good call on that. Yep.
I wouldn't bet that. Shane Steichen?
No. I believe in the Colts.
You do?
I do. Dude, the Colts were legit before all the injuries that happened last year. Shane Steichen always hit me as a guy that knows what he's doing.
Right. Is Daniel? What's the Daniel Jones that we saw for some of last year, or the guy we saw in the Giants?
I think Steichen is one of those minds where he's going to play to your strengths, and he can win with Daniel Jones.
Brian Schottenheimer, 10-1. Dan Quinn and Nick Sirianni, 12-1.
Brian Schottenheimer ain't getting fired.
I agree with you. And 'cause I think the Cowboys are going to be good-ish.
Quinn could get fired, but not in the first part of the season. No.
No,
at the end of the year, yeah. For first coach fired, Aaron Glenn, I just think he finishes the season. Nick Sirianni to be fired first.
Todd Bowles makes a lot of sense.
Todd Bowles does make sense because it's already an issue down there. You got Baker. They come out. They lose their first 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. Todd Bowles. That's a good bet.
But Nick Sirianni is fireproof in the season for this reason, and this is the only reason you need. He's not calling plays. The locker room's not going to fall apart. If anything, we know that Sirianni, the guys play for him, they like him, and that's a strong locker room.
So much good.
So even if they struggle, he's not the offense.
Didn't he almost get canned Super Bowl year?
For value.
Or was that?
Yeah.
All these years run together.
No, people thought Belichick was going to get hired.
Oh, good grief.
The disaster that would have been. No, the year after, the year that everything fell apart, Brian Johnson, him and Hurts weren't getting along.
Yes.
They thought about it.
Yes.
That was a historical collapse for the Eagles.
Yes, no doubt. And it was the following season with Saquon. Saquon drops that pass against the open Atlanta, yep. And then they go down to Tampa and lose that game. He almost lost his gig there.
That was the crossroad of the season, yep.
But I don't see Jeffrey Lurie firing him at all during the season unless they go 0 for whatever. And then maybe 0-9, 0-10 maybe. But even then, that's a disaster. That's break glass. It's over. It's over, Johnny.
It is over.
We're not going down that path. Again, bringing it back to Nate Davis, the Stunad from USA Today.
But then I look at his profile picture, and it's hard to get mad at.
I'm over at USA Today. I'm out. I was a big USA Today reader. Every time I would stay at a motel or Holiday Inn, get that fresh USA Today.
Can you be mad at that guy, though?
All I know is
kind of can't.
Defensively, how is this team going to fail defensively? This team is so set up for success at the front side. Linebackers are solid. Secondary is incredible. Like, I was thinking about buying a new jersey for this upcoming season, and it's going. You ready?
And he practiced today too.
Yeah. You know,
wide receiver.
You know who it's going to be? It's going to be Lane. Got to get to 65.
Oh.
Got to do the 65.
Can Sean pull off an offensive line number?
First offensive line
I don't know.
jersey I've ever owned in my life.
Get your son a Lane Johnson jersey.
65. We're rolling with Lane Johnson. But I looked at a Quinyon Mitchell. Like, Quinyon.
He's going to be here for next 7-8 years at least.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Like that ESPN article said.
I thought you were going to go the punt returner. What's his name? He returned the practice today, right?
Britton Covey.
Britton Covey. Listen.
Good guy. Good guy in the community.
Awesome. When he's on the practice squad, you can still say, hey, he's on the practice squad.
Nobody gets hit harder than Britton Covey.
Yep. Nobody makes it look worse than Britton Covey.
Yeah, he's definitely the worst. I agree with you. All right, so real fast. Here's how the Eagles are 14-3. The offense takes off. Mannion looks like a genius, and Jalen Hurts, like, they're rolling. So I can see 14-3. That's how it happens. Here's how the Eagles are 8-9. It doesn't happen unless you literally lose your quarterback and then no one's able to come in. Because last year the offense sucked and they won 11 games. That wasn't an easy schedule last year.
Yeah.
I don't see how you could say 8 wins.
Yeah, you nail it with the injury to the quarterback. 28-1 to win the MVP. Jalen Hurts, they go 14-3. John, he's your MVP.
Club Hurts. There we go. Coming up, News at Noon with Ray, featuring Kyle Shanahan, Monte Ellis, and a story about Dirk. I also have something happened to me yesterday at a gas station, and it was humiliating.
Gas Station Chronicles, I like it.
Yeah, so we have that coming up. Also, a lot more. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Last ride for Lane. Operates done with this Fanatic Sports Update. Lane Johnson returning to practice on Saturday for the Birds. Had a chance to meet with the media and said this could potentially be his final season in the NFL.
I mean, as you get older, things change in your life, priorities, your children get older, parents get older, and so, just puts things into perspective. So, looking like this is probably potentially going to be my last year just because I am getting to that point.
Looking to practice today once again. Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon will not practice due to hamstring strains. We'll keep you updated anything going down there at Jefferson Health Center. Phillies walked it off on Sunday, but it was not that joyous as they were just able to avoid a sweep against the Blue Jays. They lose 2 of 3 over the weekend now. Open up a 3-game set with the Cardinals, 7:45 tonight. Union got a 3-1 win yesterday in Leagues Cup play. One more Leagues Cup game coming for them on Thursday. This update is brought to you by Taco Bell. Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito in Decadent, Melty, or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Tax extra. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. Next Monday, the new lineup. Marks and Salciunas, Brace and Dunn. And the morning show remains unchanged, except Ray had said there's been a lot of talk about just being Ricky Patalco.
With Ricky Bo show.
The Ricky Bo show.
Yeah.
With Bill. That's not true.
I watched a lot of Ricky over the weekend.
Is that true? Yeah, Ricky was pissed.
I felt bad for him.
Because that's wheelhouse, too.
Yeah. That's when Phillies lose those extra inning games and there's implosions.
In the bullpen.
You get Ricky face.
Yeah. So that he's must-see TV. I was out in King of Prussia on Saturday, and I told the wife, I said,
Where?
Ricky Bo lives. We went to Farmers.
Founding Farmers.
Founding Farmers.
I was at the mall.
How about that?
How about that?
So, and I was like, we should text Ricky, get him over here. And she's like, I can't meet Ricky right now. Getting all like.
She needed to be dolled up?
Yeah, got to be a little dolled up, I guess, to meet Ricky Bo. I need a Ricky drop. Is there? We need
You suck.
Yeah,
You suck.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
You pissed me off.
That's a good one.
Wait, can I quick on the Ricky thing here? Because I ran into the Cobra down in Sea Isle, Spencer McKercher from Fantasy Sports Philly.
Oh.
So I took a selfie with him, and granted, this is in the hours. This was late. But I sent the selfie over to Ricky. And I was like, this would be funny. Didn't expect I'd hear from Ricky that night. I heard from him exactly 1 minute later.
What time was it sent?
1:50 something.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Yeah.
And he was still up?
He was still up. To the point where he sent
Oh, but
me
he was working.
at almost 2 in the morning.
Okay, but what time did the game end on Saturday? I don't remember.
It was late.
Yeah, 10:30?
I think it started at 8:30.
Yeah, he doesn't
Oh,
sleep.
that's right. It
Yeah,
was.
it was-
No, that was Friday.
Was it?
Friday didn't start till
Oh,
8:30.
my bad.
So regardless, he's
Yeah.
up at almost 2 in the morning. He gets this selfie, texts back nice, texts back combat the Phillies. And so again, almost 2 in the morning. I get a text 10 minutes later back from Ricky. Good talk. He good talked me.
Oh, he wanted more conversation.
He wanted more back and forth at 2 in the morning. I was like, I didn't expect you to be awake
He
right now.
gave
I'm
you
not
a
at the
good
bar.
talk?
He hit me with a good talk.
That's something your wife or girlfriend's supposed
That's
to
what
send
I'm
you.
saying.
Good talk.
He good talked me.
That's funny.
I haven't been good talked in years.
Wow.
Nice chat.
Oh, man, like he's probably lonely sitting up, and then all of a sudden, oh, look at that Ray and the Cobra, who he's a big fan of. And then you just ignore him.
I wasn't trying to ignore him. I was out at the bar.
The Cobra. Yeah, you know what I did? I went up after dinner. We went out to that Dick's factory place up there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Was it good? Yeah.
No, it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I got this shirt for $10.
Well, that's not terrible.
It's got some trout on it. Some
Is
fish.
that what it is? I can't see.
I don't know, some type of fish. Yeah, like if you like Under Armour, that's your place.
I don't.
But so I'm a Nike guy. So I'm looking. They had nothing Nike for reasonable prices. Anyways, then they go to the outerwear, and that's where they had these gyms for $10. So I bought a couple.
Go to the outlets.
Yeah, that's
by me.
Yep, it's a no-brainer. Go to the outlet.
Yeah. Nike store's pretty good.
Yeah,
Get some good stuff up there.
The Philadelphia Premium Outlets.
Philadelphia
Closer to
Premium
Reading.
Outlets in Pottstown, or it's Santoga. Yeah. It's closer to Reading than it is to Philadelphia. All right, let's get to the news and noon with Ray. What do we got?
Need a new one. Got to get a new one in there for this week.
I'm cycling this week.
One final hurrah.
We should probably have a vote for the last one.
We need the top 5.
Welcome to Ray's life.
God.
There's no turning back. Mad Dog's losing his mind. And Big Skip Bayless with another take. Phillies blow a lead. Sixers spark the bait. Somebody's got a podcast
With another terrible take.
Everybody wants the news with Ray Dunn.
All right. Also, speaking of Friday, top 5 moments from each of us on the show.
This Friday.
This Friday.
Sure. All right.
I had a couple. I had some thoughts of the long drives of going up and back from the shore over the weekend.
Big gulps. All right. See you later.
Let's start with Kyle Shanahan, because Friday afternoon you got to meet with the media, and pretty pointed question from a media member about the car accident. I thought it was pretty revealing, and we got the details of what happened to Kyle Shanahan. If you missed it, 49ers coach got into a pretty bad car accident over the month of July.
Kyle, are you mad at yourself for getting in the situation?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you cause an accident that could be avoided, you feel pretty stupid. I mean, especially when you have a chance to hurt someone else. And so, like, I think you get mad when you get a ticket at yourself. So it's kind of the same, dropping a phone and falling all the way to my back seat to where I have to fully take my eyes off the road. It's something that I normally want to do. I've had autopilot for 9 years, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. And, who knows what happened when I turned around, whether it malfunctioned or whether I knocked it off. That's something I don't know yet. But regardless, it is always your fault, whether you're an autopilot or not. You can't take your eyes off the road. It's a partnership driving. You don't just turn it over to a computer. And it's a good lesson.
Now, where do you think I'm going with this?
Was Diana Rossini in Shotgun?
Oh my goodness! a lot of people feel like the story's fishy.
Yes.
Putting the autopilot thing out there, I don't know enough about it. So is that where you're going with it? The autopilot?
I'm going with the fact that he said it's a partnership with the computer driving. It's not a partnership, the driverless car.
Yeah, that's true.
No way, Mo.
Yeah, are we buying this whole Shanahan charade? Because I haven't really dialed too much into it. I won't lie. I thought it was very interesting that he brings all the media members and then tells them the story last week, which you don't really see that often.
Well, he also came out because the police report, or I guess it was the police report, was incorrect. It said that she caused the accident. The other person did, and he corrected that and said, no, it's wrong. It was me, which I thought was nice.
Yeah. It's weird. It's all very weird.
It's all very weird.
The fact that the reporting was delayed on this, the fact that we've gotten, is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? Now he's going to be there. Now he's telling us
almost
this.
lost his eye.
Yeah, we have the Friday press conference, too.
News dump summer.
Now he's got a mustache. Yeah, it's a little
He's
weird.
in the back seat,
fishing
getting
for
his phone.
What's going on over there in San Francisco?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Very, very, very odd.
They open up preseason on Thursday. Birds on Saturday. 49ers on Thursday.
How about that?
Football's here.
All right, moving on. Number 2 for you. I know you guys are big Alcorn State basketball fans, so I want to make sure that you are up to date on the fact that Monte Ellis is now their general manager. That really wasn't what caught my eye from the weekend. What caught my eye was his quote saying, that's what I dealt with. The people know that. Real people know that basketball and all that. I dealt with that. They know the team I was dealt with. If you switched me and Steph out with the team that won championships, it'd be the same thing. So you've got to take the good with the bad, and that's cool. It put me in a position to make money for me and my family. I ran with that. Saying he's dealt with a lot. People talked about him being the Golden State guy before, then Steph Curry becoming the Golden State guy. Obviously, we know what happened. If you switch me and Steph out, does he live in a world of delusion?
They might win 5 championships, right? Maybe not 4. He might be right. He might be selling himself short.
Come on. Like, at some point, you got to let it go, right?
So where does he say it?
He said it, I guess, when he got announced. He talked with Myra Metcalf of ESPN.
So how do you not roll your eyes when he says that if you're talking to him?
I saw it. I thought it was fake. The only reason I never do stories without audio for News at Noon. The only reason I brought this up is because I literally went on a wild goose search to try and find it. This has to be real. This has to be real. Like, there's no way, or excuse me, this has to be fake. There's no way this is real. And then I found the story where he's actually quoted. This is what he believes.
Yeah, he averaged 25 in 2009, 2010, following season 24. So, I mean, he had 2-3 good years. He was a good scorer. We know what he was capable of, but it's clearly not on Steph Curry's level. Come on.
Stop.
I get it. The organization wasn't as good. They didn't have, a 4-time NBA champ running things there when you were there. But, a little bit of self-awareness, please. I'm begging you.
Just a little bit.
All right, last one. We'll keep it with failed guards because Dennis Smith Jr., of course, we're all wondering what he's up to. Popped up on a podcast, told a great story about Dirk. He was teammates with Dirk for 2 seasons in Dallas, and they were making fun of how slow Dirk is because he was at 39, 40 years old at that point. Dennis Smith Jr. wants his money.
Dirk still owe me some bread, too. Yeah. Let's put that out there. Dirk, you owe me 10 bands, bro. You owe me 10 bands. Look. So, we was on his ass one day talking about, oh, man, ain't no way you moving this slow. He was like, who want to race me? Who want to race me? So I don't know who set it up. It might have been Wes, but the race was he started half court and I started at full court, and we raced to the end.
That's the worst.
And I won, and he still ain't paid me. So don't make me come down in the whiskey lane, bro. I need my paper, bro. I need mine, bro, for real.
Yeah, that was a hell of a draft pick. He went 9th overall. I remember at NC State, Like, he was a high flyer. And I thought that was a major reach. I know that he was projected right around there, if I'm not mistaken, whatever. Was not buying into his professional capabilities. However, I did not think that his career would turn into what it did. I think he's played for 7 teams in 9 seasons out of the league in 24. He was drafted in 17, so that tells you all you need to know.
There you go.
Yep.
News at noon. So, Ray, I agree with you. I think we need to vote on the top 5, or you give your top 5 news at noon contenders, and then we vote on it.
Okay.
So your top 5 news at noon opens, yeah.
Yeah. This is one of them. This might just be the countdown from 5. Maybe this will be. I'll put this one at number 5 in the next couple days. We'll reveal it every news at noon.
All right. And then you have to have a news at noon with Connor Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Going to be really interesting to hear Connor's. Is he a funny guy? Has he got some humor?
Like a clown? No, he's funny.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Oh, I think you guys are going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. He does Locked On for Phillies. Does a great job there. So I know that's going to be wheelhouse for him, of course. Background, all that. I think he did post-game or pre-game with you for football, for Eagles.
This year as well.
Yeah. Is he doing it this year?
Yeah.
I think I'm doing some pregame this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They've been asking me for the dates for like 3 months, and I still haven't given them the Scott. But I'm working on it.
I only got them there 2 weeks ago. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So pre-game.
Pre-game.
Where you guys going to be?
Hopefully here.
Okay. What about post-game?
So here's what I'm trying to do right now. Can I double dip and do an appearance for the game and do pregame and get paid for both?
So, yeah, I also have the same question as John.
Right. Can I do it? Maybe we can toggle them because I have a number of appearances I have for, I won't say who yet because I didn't. Still trying to figure this out, but it's maybe like 5 or 6 of them over the course of the season. I'd like to do the pregame and then be like, hey, listen, I'm leaving at 12:30 so I can make this by 1 o'clock.
Right.
Then I can do double dip. So
Well,
you're asking the same thing.
If you guys
Well, no, just in
if you
general.
guys roll in at like 1:20, I mean, it should be okay. 1:30, right?
Yeah, 1. Well, I don't know if that's okay with they probably want us there at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I would love to be on the occasion for pregame and then just stick around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's,
See if we can make it.
Whatever they need.
that's right. I'm
here,
I'm a
Ray.
yes man.
I'm here. All right. So yesterday, very busy weekend. So I needed to cut the grass. Right. So because you don't have a big yard. You just have a little bit.
You weren't here for the week. I had issues with my neighbor.
What?
He didn't cut his grass. They didn't cut their grass. I had to leave a note. I left multiple notes on their house. Oh, this took over the station for a good week.
Well, you got to. I just would call the township. Let them do the dirty work.
It's my neighbors, so and they don't talk to me. They don't talk to anybody, which is fine. I don't care. I left them a note. Right? I left them 2 notes. The same.
It said what?
Hi, neighbor. Please cut your grass. We use, and I put my address in parentheses, and I said Conchaca Landscaping, and I put the number. They come every Tuesday. Thank you. Put it one on the back door, front door. 4 days later, these dudes from Craigslist come out there and cut the grass. Grass clippings everywhere. Oh, by the way, we're 2.5, 3 weeks later right now. They haven't cut the grass. So now,
Let's just call the township.
now I'm calling the township.
Yeah, just you can actually fill out something online.
Wait.
What?
It hasn't been cut?
They cut it
once.
That was 3 weeks ago, Ray. This is tick season, Ray.
So hang on a second. How old are these people?
All right. It's a very interesting group of people.
That you spent a week on, so I don't want to rehash the whole thing.
Well, it's just, there are 4 people that live there. Can I be honest with you? With no judgment-free zone?
I don't want you to lose your job before the show
All right,
starts.
well,
Please.
definitely some weird things
Okay,
going on
yeah,
over there.
okay,
All right, so you understand.
Okay.
Somebody texted me, what type of flag are they flying?
Right. All right, so let's.
I don't think the MAGA flag was out front last time I checked.
All right,
it might
all
be
right.
this week. Anyways, so they cut the grass. Anyways, here we are 3 weeks later, still no cut. Still no cut.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, minimum job as a neighbor. Shovel your sidewalks and cut your grass. They don't do either.
Well, that's unacceptable. Well, I do. You know why, Ray? Man, I like getting a haircut because I like that nice freshie. When I cut the grass, I get more enjoyment than anything. Man, because you know what I do first is I go out, I whack first, and then I cut.
Excuse me?
you whack first, and then you cut, and then you blow.
Hey, you weed whack first.
I do.
You're a whacker first guy.
So I have a zero-turn riding mower, a Toro, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I have a battery-powered small lawnmower that gets because I don't want to smash the thing against the house or hit the deck or whatever. So I use that to go against the house and the wall and around some other things that are harder to navigate.
Damn.
All right. So I like to whack, and I start to mow with that, and then I bring the big dog out, the Toro zero turn, and then I blow. Whack, cut, blow. Capiche?
I love it.
All right. So Saturday, a lot of times I try to do it in two helpings, right? So Saturday, I get a good half hour. I get out there and I whack and I get to the smaller modes. That's done. So now on Sunday, because I need to get gas, I need to go and I need to get gasoline. Then I need to cut. So we were at the pool yesterday. I was like, all right, boom. It's like 5 o'clock. So I'm going to pick up pizza. Before pizza, I'm going to get gas. I need gas in my car, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Get gas in my car, and then I bring the big gas jug, all right? So I got gas in the car, and when you put gas in the car, do you put the little thing that clicks so you don't have to hold it?
Yeah.
And then so now you're just chilling?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I'm actually putting up a Facebook post because it was after the Phillies game. So I'm putting up a Facebook post, and so I go, boop, clicks. So I don't know how long it takes after it clicks. I don't want it to reset. So I want it to go right into the gasoline can. So I pick it up. I pick up the gas pump. I put it in the gas can, right? So now it's going in the gas can. I put my phone down on the concrete thing by like where the pump is, just because I was on it. I'm like, let me put that down. So now like you have to hold it. So now I'm holding the gas and it's going to, and I go to stop it, and it won't stop.
Uh-oh.
The freaking thing jammed.
Uh-oh.
So now it starts overflowing out of the can.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like trying to get the thing from stop jamming, and the gas is going all over my legs, all over my feet, and it's hitting my phone.
Emergency button on the gas tank.
So finally, dude.
It didn't click.
No, it didn't click.
In your head either.
I thought about it later, and I don't even know where it would be because this is the worst gas station ever.
Yeah.
So I had a phone case. I don't have a case today.
I was wondering, you smell like gas. What's going on?
Dude, there was gas all over me. So now I got to go pick up the pizza.
Oh, man.
So I get the gas can in. I try to wipe myself off. I get paper towels, and I go to the pizzeria.
How did it shut off? How did it stop?
Finally, I was able to unjam it.
Oh.
I still don't know what happened. I went inside. I'm like, this thing jammed. And he's like, sorry. And I'm like, can I have a paper towel? So he gave me a roll of paper towels. So I had paper towel, and I went out, and I wiped my freaking legs off as best as I could, and I had sandals on.
No cigarettes for you.
Thank God. But by the way, there's also gasoline all over the place by the pump. It took a good 15 seconds for me to shut it off.
Oh, wow. That's, yeah.
It's a lot of gas.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
They got to come out with a kitty litter. They're going to spread it all out.
I don't think they did that.
No kitty litter.
So now I go to the pizzeria. They burn the freaking pizza.
Ugh.
I see them put it into the thing. I'm in there. First of all, I'm in there waiting because they're like, it's Sunday and they're like busy and they're overwhelmed. So I'm waiting for the pizza for 10 minutes and I have gas all over me. So now they bring the pizza in and and it's burnt. I can see them put it down. So then I'm like, I hope that's not mine. And then it's mine. I'm like, hey, I got some really, really picky eaters at home. Can I see this? Can I see the pizza? Look kind of well done. They lift it up and I'm like, nah, man, I can't do it. So I got to wait for an entire new pizza with gasoline all over me, all over my legs and everything else. So I got the pizza and the fries home. The whole pizza box smelled. They're like, get the pizza box out of here. They're like crying. I'm like, I got it all over me.
Nobody cares if you're about to light on fire.
Yeah, I know. Like my skin's falling off.
Good grief.
Dude, the case completely, before my eyes was just disintegrating. I have to, thank God my phone's not broken. I had to take, it got all over my ID, my credit cards, my debit cards. So now I have them just in my pocket today. I was trying to clean them off so it still smells like gasoline.
Gasoline's a good smell, but not 15 seconds full dose on you. No. When you fire up the gas, the mower for the first time of the summer, that gasoline smells a good smell, but
I like gasoline smell.
Yeah, that's a
It was going all over my feet. And then I finally got it away from going on my body, and that's when it shot on the phone. And I'm like, oh, my God.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it happens, right? Those things get stuck. That's how I operate it, too. I always use that little click.
Yeah, use the clicker.
But, man, yeah, you got to be careful, too, because you don't want to be lit on fire. That's for sure.
That'd be a problem.
No, that would not be good.
Right?
We have a YouTube chat. Yes, I'm not going to give the name of the place.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Apparently, they are notorious.
It was the Liberty on Main Street in Collegeville. When I first started going into this place, they used to try to sell me pot inside.
Nice.
Yeah, the clerk. I guess he thought that I looked like a stoner.
We got good deals?
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Indica, sativa, or hybrid?
It's one of these. It's one of the gas stations that you go in. There's slot machines. There's just a ton of vaping stuff all over the place.
Pennsylvania luck. Oh, yeah.
Now the drug dealers do no longer work there. I don't know if they sold it. It's not a Liberty anymore. It's a Sunoco. I don't know if they sold it and they have non-drug dealers that are working there.
That's great.
But yeah, that's what it is.
Notorious apparently for a jammed.
Really?
gasoline pump.
Oh,
That's according
wow.
to one If Bayless from the YouTube.
Well,
chat.
I'm glad that it wasn't just me being an idiot. Oh, I was so pissed.
Should have got loads.
I'm an absolute dummy.
Loads of kitty litter to cover it up.
So remember, whack, cut, blow.
Whack, cut, blow.
Some people whack, blow, cut, blow. Not me.
It's a hell of a Saturday night right there.
Got to whack first. Hey, now. Coming up. Ray, are we going to get into it? Chase Utley, you are the man. Here's the pitch. Chase Utley, you are the man. Pretty cool speech, pretty cool moment over the weekend with the Phils, which brought up something Sean I saw him discussing on social media, which is a really, really interesting discussion. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5. Thought about your hair for a second. I was actually noticing this with you, since we're talking about Morgenstern hair restoration. And I noticed it when I was at Red Robin watching you on TV. It's like, maybe I should refer Ray to my hair team over there at Morgenstern. What we got? Let me see.
Yeah, it's the corners. I could tell.
I can too.
Yeah, Barbara keeps telling me I'm fine. I keep telling her I'm not, man.
No, you're okay, but it happens quick.
Yeah.
And if you're starting to get to the point, and Ray's at the point where he's starting to notice the hair's thinning, and it's not a major, but it's starting to go up a little bit on the sides, male pattern baldness. And before you know it, you're not going to like where you are. And that's what hair restoration for a lot of people is in 2026. It's about keeping the hair that you have. So I had a hair transplant because I had lost enough hair, and the results are amazing. But maybe you want to keep your hair. Don't panic. You have more options than you think, and the experts at Morgenstern Hair Restoration, over 30 years when it comes to hair, the only team I trust. I've known them. I've been with them for 15 years. So we have medication, topical medications. We have PRP, exomes, stem cells, the hair transplant, which I have, and more. They even offer beard and eyebrow restoration for men and women. So if hair loss is an issue or starting to be an issue for you, you can do something about it. You can keep your hair, and you can do it for a lot less than you think it probably would cost. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Keep your hair, get your hair back. Call them today, 610-831-HAIR, 610-831-HAIR. The website, morgensternhair.com, Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Final season for Lane. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. When Lane Johnson got a chance to meet with the media Saturday after practice, training camp continues for the Birds. He hinted that this may be his final season.
I mean, as you get older, things change in your life, priorities, your children get older, parents get older, and so, just puts things into perspective. So, looking like this is probably potentially going to be my last year, just because I am getting to that point.
Now looking to practice today. Once again, wide receivers Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon not participating due to hamstring strains. We'll keep you updated. Anything going on with the Birds. As for the Phils, they walked it off on Sunday, but they lost 2 of 3 over the weekend, alumni weekend down there in South Philly. Derek Hill, the walk-off winner yesterday for the Phils. They open up a 3-game set with the Cardinals tonight. 7:45 out in St. Louis. The Union got a 3-1 win in Leagues Cup play yesterday. This update brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they come directly on your schedule. With real expertise tailored to your needs, make an appointment with a Verizon Business expert. Go to verizon.com/book today. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
hard, honest, no shortcuts, no excuses. And you let me know every night whether I was doing my job. That's what I love most about this city. Because in Philadelphia, you don't get respect. You have to earn respect.
Chase Utley, you are the man. I watched it Friday night. We're back middays with Marks. John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. That was Chase Utley inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame, or at least I thought he was. Then I looked at the plaque.
Oh, man.
What's worse, the Drew Brees Hall of Fame bust?
Oh, high as hell. Yeah, looking like he's on some edibles. Utley doesn't look a thing like him.
So obviously they contract out somebody to do that. And like, if that they show up to like, hey, here you go, guys. What's your reaction to it, Ray?
Thanks, man. This is cool.
Mine is it doesn't look like Chase Utley. I don't know how to make that look like Chase Utley. Do the other ones not look like the guy that's on the – because maybe try harder. I don't know.
Ray said you got to squint, and you would maybe see it.
I had the Daryl Morey, if you squint, you could see a championship team here. That's the type of squinting I was doing. I was like, well, if you look like this, it kind of, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, like good speech by Chase.
Yeah.
Like, fine. I enjoyed it. Chase is I wasn't expecting keynote speaker Chase from there's some people that are probably really gifted at public speaking. I wasn't expecting that out of Chase. Had some humor, brought his kids into it, told some stories.
Yeah, it was nice. It's just last year you went from Jimmy Rollins, who was like, yeah, I don't know where the speech is right now. I'm just going to roll off the cuff, to Chase Utley moving through papers.
Right.
Why they worked so well together.
I loved the fact that Chase was like apologizing to the team for the delay of the game. Like that's just
it's like sorry, Zach.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like, that's Chase. Yeah, look, I thought it was cool. You know, he sent a lot of love towards the fans, and the fans in those days got them over the hump a lot of times, right? Like the white rally towels, sellouts. That 07 season where they were able to finally make the playoffs. I just remember that one more than anything. And of course, 08, you get to the promised land and win it all. But I thought it was pretty cool. It's always great to see Charlie Manuel there, Chooch. Alumni weekend every year. The Phillies do it right.
Yep,
they do it right
for sure. So afterwards, I saw this on social media. You were going back and forth.
Yeah, because look, when it comes to retiring the number, for my money, I think this is the easiest decision a franchise could have, and I don't care about. You got to make it the Hall of Fame in order to retire. It missed me with that. Nobody had a better connection with the city, with the fans. Brian Dawkins, I would put in front of Utley, but then it's Utley. For my money, when it comes to the fans loving a player, Utley has reached new heights as far as baseball is concerned. He's on Brian Dawkins' level, and that tells you all you need to know.
So, to your point, the Phillies have never retired a number of a player that is not in the Hall of Fame. And that's kind of been I don't even want to say unofficial. That's been what they've been doing. I guess it is unofficial because it's not in writing.
Yeah.
But Richie Ashburn, number 1, Jim Bunning, number 14, Dick Allen, which was recent, number 15, Michael Jack, number 20, lefty Steve Carlton, 32. Roy Halladay, 34. Robin Roberts, 36. And then Jackie Robinson's retired across all the teams. Number 42.
I was trading some texts or some tweets with this dude, John Cole. And he said that the Phillies have had several players had their number retired before they formally made it into Cooperstown. So that's something to throw into the equation here.
Okay.
But for me...
Dick Allen was before he officially made it in? Yeah, Dick Allen was before.
Okay. And the big pushback was, well, if you do one, you have to do the others. Yep. And I don't agree with that. I don't. I think in this day and age where merch is going to fly off the shelves, think about how much Utley merch got sold over the weekend.
Yeah, what does that mean? We're not talking about merch.
I think just from a standpoint. No, you're right. Put that to the side. Who cares about that? But deserving Utley above all. Utley above all. And I'll worry about look, I'm not saying I'm not retiring Jimmy's number. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's an easy decision for me with Utley.
Chase does not get retired unless Jimmy does. If you want to leave Ryan as the one that doesn't get it of the three, he didn't have the longevity that Utley and Jimmy Rollins did.
Yep.
Jimmy Rollins deserves to have his number retired. Chase Utley deserves to have his number retired. I would retire Ryan Harron's number.
That number best be retired.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But if you're not going to retire all three, Chase is probably getting in the Hall of Fame. I think Jimmy will get there at some point.
They floated out during the broadcast. Could you imagine both of those guys going in at the same time?
That'd be great.
Like Kruk brought that up. I never even thought about that. I'm having a hard time thinking that Utley gets it. I really am.
Well, I never thought I was watching Hall of Fame when I watch either player.
They were great.
No, I mean, listen, if Scott Rowland's in the Hall of Fame, these guys are Hall of Famers. Don't get me started. But that's the issue.
Yes.
Is that if you're going to put Scott Rowland in, then Chase, and I don't have an issue with it. I'd love to see him in the Hall of Fame. But to me, Mike Schmidt's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to think about it.
Those
you don't
numbers.
have to create categories.
Yeah, those numbers.
Jimmy Rollins never batted 300. Not one time. And all the other things, the defense, the triples, the doubles, he's got an MVP. He's got a championship. All these other things is how you turn him into a Hall of Famer. Same thing with Chase Utley. Chase Utley also played second base. You're comparing him to other second basemen. It wasn't as strong of a position, especially during his time. Put both of them in, but you can't put one and not the other. If you're going to leave Ryan on the outside looking in, I just don't think you can put Chase in and not Jimmy. That would be my opinion.
I don't think that Middleton and company would do that, but I just feel like Utley is such an easy decision. So if you're saying that it's easy for Utley, then it should be easy for Rollins. I could get there. I'm fine with that. I'm not here to deny Jimmy at all. But Utley, his number should not be worn by anybody else in this franchise.
Tim Kelly, actually, we had him on earlier. Tim Kelly asked Chase Utley that very question. Here it is.
Are you hopeful one day that 26 will be retired by the Phillies?
That's honestly something I haven't thought about. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for this organization. And John Middleton's an incredible owner, extremely supportive, and as you guys know, a huge fan of this sport in this city. And if no one wears my number anytime soon, I'm fine with it. But if somebody wants my number, good luck.
It's a great quote. Love that. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, no one's wearing 26.
Now, which 26 is better? Saquon Barkley or Chase Utley?
Stop.
Yeah.
Who has no one's worn any of those numbers, right? They gave Cole Hamels' number away to a guy that didn't even play in the game.
Oscar Mercado, brother. Oscar Mercado got the Hamels number.
He didn't even play a game.
That number should be retired.
No.
Yes.
Cole Hamels?
Cole Hamels' number should be retired.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
100%.
Why? Because you say so?
Yes. Well, you're saying so right now about Jimmy Rollins being a Hall of Famer.
Well, I mean, I'm saying he's going to get in. I didn't say he necessarily was a Hall of Famer in my criteria. Never batted 300. I don't want to sit here and argue that Jimmy Rollins isn't a Hall of Famer.
I know that's the tough part about it
at all. But like he played a premium offensive position during a time when shortstops became a premium offensive position, and he never hit 300. So it's hard for me to buy that he's a Hall of Famer for a guy who never hit 300. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels has no number retire criteria at all.
Oh, I think he's got a better Hall of Fame case. They're going to make that case. They're going to build him up.
Sure, and they should.
Cole Hamels?
Yes.
Yeah,
I had the same reaction to it when Ricky and I talked about it on Friday. I was like, Cole Hamels, really? Went down the rabbit hole while we were sitting there Friday on the show. As they start to figure out this new era of starting pitching where you're not talking about 250 career wins, you're not talking about 3,000 strikeouts because of the longevity of these guys, Cole's going to get a more and more compelling pace as years go by.
163 wins and a 3.43 ERA. Stop.
Look at the number of strikeouts compared to, you go down rate stats compared to some of the guys that have gotten in recently, CeCe Sabathia being one of them, guy that was a World Series MVP, and lasted a long time. Again, 2006 all the way till 2019. Like, it's not, we don't have the 300, even the 250.
I understand that, but he's not 163 wins and a 2.5 ERA. It's almost 3.5.
He's not one of the greatest pitchers of all time. I'm not telling you
This
that.
is about he has 251 wins, dude. Like,
All right.
come
Again,
on.
they're not going to be judging guys by wins anymore. That's what I'm telling you. Wins aren't going to be the end all be all
What
stat.
will be the end all be all number
They're
that they
gonna
look at?
Start going by rate stats, by strikeouts.
Here we go.
Strikeouts per
this
nine.
is
like-
this is Ray's Hall of Fame.
This is analytic, Mr. Maury over here.
Let's have it in Oaks, PA. You can have that Hall of Fame in Oaks. Put it at the Expo Center.
Here's
I'm not going to disparage legendary Philly, and then we start doing a Cole Hamels disparage tour here.
no, stop. I do want to say this real quick though. I guess the biggest shame in all of this is if they just won one more World Series. If they win that in 2009, all three of these guys are going. All four of those guys are Hall of Famers.
No, they're not.
No.
No.
Ryan Howard's going to the Hall of Fame.
No.
Jimmy's. If they get another World Series, I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Now Cole would be the guy that I would argue against. But Ray is Mr. Hamels' agent, and he's definitely getting him in Cooperstown. But no, Utley, absolutely. Jimmy, absolutely. Ryan, with 2 World Series, I think it's a slam dunk.
I'm not going to count the year where he had 12 starts with Chicago. How many years did he have with a sub-3 ERA? So an ERA 3 or below in his career?
4?
2.
No. I mean, Sabathia was a 3.74 ERA.
I understand. Dale Murphy also won the MVP twice, and he's not a Hall of Famer. You're allowed to be a really good player and not a Hall of Famer.
I understand.
You're allowed to be that player.
I'm not telling you that Cole Hamels ends up in my Hall of Fame. I'm telling you with the way they're going to end up grading out pitchers, I think he's got a much more compelling pace than what we're giving him credit
And
for.
I wouldn't retire his number. I don't think it's retirement number worthy.
He looks great, though. You see the guns on him?
Yeah.
Dude's ripped.
He's all jacked up, probably on peptides.
He's pushing Miller Lite. I see he's doing a lot of
yeah,
appearances.
doing a lot of bicep curls, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he looks great.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
doing slug ball.
Slug ball?
Yep.
What the hell is slug ball? I've been hearing about this.
Yeah.
I want in.
You want in?
Yeah, I was reading about it.
My guy Greg O is one of the founders.
Yeah?
No, yeah, I get you in. Yep.
Yeah, it's
slug ball's awesome.
There's no running.
Maniac Malloy's involved.
I saw that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no running or fielding. It's just you got to go slap it the other way, up the middle.
Hit the ball.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
in.
You are in.
Let's slug ball it up. You know what? Tell your boy Greg O. We'll field a team. He can get another radio station to field a team. We'll whoop their ass.
Oh, man.
I don't care if it's in our cluster or not. Oh, you ready?
Well, we used to have a softball team, Ray.
Yeah, I'm petitioning to bring that back next year because we're going to need something to talk about in the summer.
Yeah?
Is it co-ed, though?
No, because Matt Calper, our sales executive, was always the MVP. And he would train for the softball season.
That does not surprise me.
And he would be all jacked up, and he'd be like, I got to defend my MVP of the, and he wasn't kidding.
Peptides. And then some.
Anabolic peptides. I kid.
He still looks the same when I was here 15 years ago.
Right, yeah, he hasn't.
Hasn't changed one bit.
He hasn't changed at all. All right, well, there you go. We're putting who else? You want to put Chooch in the Hall of Fame too, Ray?
Chooch. I'm
There
so
are
happy,
40
man.
pitchers in Major League Baseball history with 2,500 strikeouts. Hamels is one of them. Like, I don't think it's that.
Are they
insane.
are they all in?
Not all of them.
Okay.
What about Brad Lidge?
No, Kurt Schilling belongs in the Hall of Fame. His mouth has,
Yes,
has talked him out of the Hall of Fame. He's
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Cole. Like I'm not even trying to. I'm not even. Listen. I'm a huge Cole Hamels fan. He was great. He's the best drafted pitcher. Is he better than Nola?
Yeah,
everybody's going to look at him better than Nola. He has a World Series MVP. He's the best drafted pitcher this team's had, and that's saying something. And it's history.
I get the only 2 seasons under a 3 ERA, but all right, 3.06, 3.09, 3.05. Like, oh man, that one run he gave up because they actually used him the 3rd time, 4th time through an order because it was that era of baseball.
Yeah, but baseball's a numbers game. 300 wins, 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. These are criteria for getting you in the Hall of Fame. So sorry if I'm using a number against the guy that's trying to get in a Hall of Fame that's built on numbers.
And if we go 300 wins for the rest of time, there will never be another starting pitcher elected to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but to your point, there aren't going to be 300 game winners.
Right.
There's going to be few players to get 3,000 hits. There's still going to be 500 home runs because guys are getting home runs. But it's like all these things are going to kind of fly by the wayside.
You think 3,000 hits goes away?
It's just hitting. Look
yeah.
at batting average.
Yeah.
Guys are Tony Gwynn's batting 370 every year. It's because he's getting lots of hits.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I mean, sure you're going to get some guys, but you need to be. Think about it. You need to get 200 hits for 15 seasons to get to 3,000.
It's gonna be
200 hits in a season. If you get 200 hits in any season, that's considered amazing.
right. And yeah,
15 years.
You might be Luis Ariz. You might get a 1-year deal for 12.
Well, no, Sean put him in the Hall of Fame on Friday. Did you hear that?
Absolutely. Well, he is the type of guy that could potentially be on that path. He's a 3-time batting champion.
No, he's not.
For 3 different teams.
Yeah, maybe in Ray's Hall of Fame in Oaks,
yeah,
PA.
Rays.
If we're going by advanced numbers, obviously he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not getting the contract.
Here, you want one more for Hall of Fame conversation?
Yep.
Real quick? All right. We're going to shift gears because there is a certain former Philadelphia Eagle player that is down there at practice today. His name is Michael Vick. Michael Vick is not in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Him and Devontae are the same size. You take for granted how, Michael Vick's not a big dude. And
No, he's not.
And he took some shots because he would never slide.
Is Michael Vick a Hall of Famer?
No, but he thinks he is. No, he's not.
Michael Vick, not the National Football.
If
He's not.
Did he go in? Or am I reading something
No, he's
wrong
not
here?
he's
No,
not a
college
Hall of Famer.
football. He's in the college football Hall of Fame. Yeah.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer. No.
had the talent to be one.
But so contributions to the game and how he changed the game, that's important.
Mhm.
All right, who belongs in the Hall of Fame first, Randall or Michael Vick?
Randall put up some numbers.
He put up some numbers, but take a look at the numbers. He was also playing in the 80s and the early 90s, which it was a much different league. The passing numbers were different.
But then
completion percentages were different.
But then down the stretch, he played
Minnesota in 1998,
and he
had an
ripped it
unbelievable
up.
season. Yeah, he was. Listen, there's no.
Wasn't he good for the Cowboys too?
No,
he wasn't.
No.
Okay,
No, he's a backup.
All right.
No. No, he turned around his career after he left here. Had some great years in Minnesota, but if you think Michael Vick's Randall changed the game.
Yes, he did.
And he's not a Hall of Famer. And guess how many players have worn the number 12 since he left? None. So you cannot, Ray. You just with Cole? I mean, they gave Cole Hamels' number away, so they're not retiring his number. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, again, Oscar Mercado, man.
No, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
No one's worn Ryan Howard's number, right? 6?
I don't think 6, 26, or 11 have been out.
A lot of people don't like the shadow retirement.
What does that mean?
Well, just like they don't let the guy
gotcha.
don't let the guy have a number.
The shadow retirement is eventually we're going to make a lot of money selling tickets to Jersey retirement weekend for this guy, but we can't just retire right
Yeah,
now.
but they didn't do that with Randall. They've been holding. They've been holding off Shady McCoy.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to be giving out 111,
Jeez.
115 at some point because they have so many of these that are.
But
shadow retired.
what do you wait for when everybody's dead and then you just start giving the numbers out again?
Which stinks.
No, but why are they going to retire Shady's number?
Yeah, you want to honor these guys. Yeah,
I don't think
No,
so.
they're not going to. No. But you want to honor these guys while they're here.
Yeah, otherwise why do it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you just start giving it out? You wait for them to die, and then when they die, they say, "Okay, now we're going to give your number back out."
It's like Roger Craig. We talked about him on Friday.
He's got dementia.
I've
read that.
Like, come on, man.
All right, who from this Eagles team gets their numbers retired? Lane, 65.
Definitely.
Kelsey.
Sure.
What's his number?
62.
62? I don't know.
Yeah, up to the rafters, both of them.
BG.
Oh, man. There's going to be no jerseys to use.
100% BG's retired.
Yeah, look, I'm wrong on Brandon Graham. You guys have proven.
So you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Brandon Graham needs to be looked at entirely different when it comes to everything that he's done for this organization from start to finish, one career, one team. Yeah, BG is that guy.
Jason Peters may intimidate the Eagles into retiring his number. It doesn't seem like fans really care to retire his number, but I know Jeffrey Lurie and JP had a very. Not that he wasn't great for a long time.
You just remember too much of the end.
So you brought up the fans there. Do fans really even care about retiring the number? Like, because you got the Eagles, the Hall of Fame, or or whatever it is, the Ring of Honor, excuse me, and then you got the Wall of Fame with the Phillies. Like, retiring a number is a huge deal.
Right, that's reserved for Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
The Mike Schmitz.
Yes.
Chuck Bednarik. Brian Dawkins.
Yes.
Right? Like, it checks every box from fans love him. play on the field. Brandon Graham's play on the field isn't in the same caliber as these players we're talking about. Lane Johnson, he fits the bill for everything.
Absolutely.
2-time champion.
Yep.
Draft pick. Yep. Entire career with the Eagles.
Yep.
Like top of the position. Like everything. Boom. Jason Peters wasn't here long enough. Like Lane Johnson, what did you say, 14 years?
14 years. This will be year 14, I think.
Yeah, Jason Peters was really good here for a long time.
Yeah, I think if you're retiring a number, there should not be even like, should we? You know, like that can't into your head. Yeah, it's boom. Like we know this is going up. That's what I'm saying. Chase Utley, bringing it back to that, it's an easy one.
I agree with you.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
It's an easy one?
Absolutely it is.
Isn't it an easy one, Ray?
Jimmy, yeah. Sure. I'm retiring Cole, yeah.
Yeah, really. What is he talking about? Shane Victorino's getting his number retired in Oaks.
It's
Ray.
so absurd. This is like a beyond disrespectful.
Cole Hamels?
Also, the fact that you're slam dunk Brandon Graham, absolutely, and we're sitting here like, wow, Cole Hamels, was he really even that good? Like, come on.
But that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that Cole Hamels, you're allowed to be a great player that doesn't deserve the accolades of having your number retired. Brandon Graham, by the hair on his chinny chin chin, longest tenured Eagle. He's played more games at the position as an Eagle than anybody else. 2-time champion. He's like, if you look at as an example of somebody that struggled here, that fought through the struggles, that was getting trashed by everybody and fought through it and made the biggest play in franchise history. And I know Cole won a World Series MVP. Absolutely.
Damn,
absolutely.
BG's documentary is going to hit.
Sure is.
That's going to
We
hit.
have the final chapter of it this year, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like. Who else on this Eagles team? Anybody? Who am I missing? Or from this run?
Those three. Fletch, 91.
Fletch, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about the quarterback?
Jalen? He's on his way to.
I mean, if you're going to retire a number, you got to look at number one. Uno. Number one. QB1, Jalen Hurts. Absolutely. Come on. Club Hurts on Instagram. Make sure you follow him because it is time to shine, people. We got these lists. People don't even believe in the team. We're going to prove them all wrong. Put up number one. Let's go.
Follow Club Hurts at Club Hurts on Instagram.
Damn right.
By the way, so I'm okay with putting Jalen on retiring the number as long as you have to take one number down, though. And I have a number in mind that you can take down.
Number 5 will always love you.
He's actually making some headlines right now. He did a podcast with it was on DraftKings. What's the dude that does I apologize. He does the exhibition games for the Eagles.
Scott Graham.
No, the other cat.
Ross Tucker.
Thank you.
Oh, Ross Tucker, his podcast, sure.
Yeah. And he said that he was appreciated. He thinks he was appreciated here.
I mean, I don't even know if I necessarily agree with that.
Well, you know.
Number 5 will always love
again,
you.
like in Ray's Hall of Fame, Donovan makes the Hall of Fame. That's in Oaks, though.
I got to check this Oaks Hall of Fame out.
It's in the Expo Center.
Does it have to move when the cat show comes in and
It
the
does.
tattoo show? Okay.
They move
What are
it
you
out.
going to do when Cole gets in?
The Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
Say he doesn't deserve it? I don't know. Coming up. All right. So we had this retirement question, 610-632-0975. Good for the text line. Text line, Davis Honda text line, and on the voice memo line. A lot of people are probably agreeing with Ray. A lot of soft people out there. True or false? 610-632-0975. Also, Ben Simmons, the return to the NBA, the latest in the timeline. And how come people are so obsessed with him coming back to the 76ers? That's next. Middays with Marks, 975.
Hey, it's Ray, and I want to tell you about my favorite place down there in the Stadium District. It is Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. I heard Andrew Salciunas talking yesterday, went down to the game, and where do you go before the game? Go get yourself some lunch down at Sport and Social. Talk about how much he enjoyed the food he had down there. Great time with his wife. Located down there in the heart of that Stadium District, it is Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. It's the place to be. Immerse yourself in the center of the action. Mention those bites you can get at Sports and Social. Maybe you go to the center bar, the 360 views you got of everything going on down there. Of course, you're going to want to stop by FanDuel Sportsbook. You've got wall-to-wall screens. It's an electric place when the game's going on. There is so much more to do down there. This is game day gone live. Make it a total experience with over 2,000 of Philly's hottest slots, over 130 table games, and a live poker room. Hungry? Experience a new extra of flavor at Luck Food by Jet Tila, featuring a fresh East meets West menu curated by the Iron Chef himself. And your Philly favorites are back at the all-new 10th Street Market, featuring an expanded menu at Lorenzo & Sons Pizza, the iconic flavors of Termini Brothers Bakery, and Mangino Steaks. Plus, unwind at the brand new Library Bar with handcrafted cocktails and bites only. Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for details. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Last one for Lane. I'm Ray done with this Fanatic Sports Update. And Lane Johnson got a chance to meet with the media on Saturday after practice and said this probably will be his last season as an Eagle.
I mean, as you get older, things change in your life, priorities, your children get older, parents get older, and so, just puts things into perspective. So, looking like this is probably potentially going to be my last year, just because I am getting to that point.
We'll keep you updated with anything going on with Lane Johnson. As for practice today, no Devontae Smith or Mekhi Lemon once more as they deal with hamstring strains. Phillies walked it off yesterday, but they lose 2 of 3 to the Blue Jays at home over the weekend for Alumni Weekend. Open up a 3-game set tonight with the Cardinals at 7:45 out there in St. Louis. And Union get a 3-1 win yesterday in Leagues Cup play. This update is brought to you by the Empire State Building. Experience yourself in an authentic New York experience at the Empire State Building Observation Deck. Get your tickets at empirestatebuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
Now, Mark Sombres, Ray Dunn. The guys are coming up here at 2 o'clock. Ricky Bo's already in the house. Can't wait to hear what he has to say with the Phillies. Because it really, doesn't it feel like a sweep?
Yeah.
This weekend felt like a sweep.
Yep. They didn't even deserve to win that game, even though they were up 5-2 in the 8th. They didn't deserve to win it.
Nope.
I'm upset for Derek Hill, really. I want to be happy for him. I want to celebrate his success in life because I love the guy, and I just was mad.
Yeah, it was hard to enjoy it. You're right.
They won, and I was upset. I was livid. I was like, oh, this team, they won the game. Of course they won the game.
Of course they did.
Wasted hours of my life watching this freaking game. They could have won this thing 2 hours ago.
You don't deserve this win.
Yeah. The Blue Jays lost that game. The Phillies didn't really win it.
It's true.
My favorite football season.
We get so animated. We get so aggravated over everything.
Over a baseball game?
Yeah. Even, how about on Friday? Jaylen Brown had his first cheesesteak. Did you see that?
No.
Jaylen Brown had a jerk chicken Philly.
I did.
He called it a Philly.
He called it a Philly, and people wanted to rake him over to Coles.
So we broke this down because he had this happen while we were on Unfiltered.
Oh, you broke it down on Friday.
Of course we broke it down Friday because I had never heard it called a Philly until this week. Because Wednesday night I'm going down to the ballpark. This guy that lives in Texas just was like, hey, anybody sitting here? Sat down next to me on the subway. We chopped it up. He was like, where do I go to get a Philly? And I was a little confused. I was like, I don't know what he means. But I was like, oh.
Philly blunt?
Then he started talking. Could have been that. He started talking. I was like, oh, he means a cheesesteak. And I started talking to him through all that. And then Jaylen Brown put this out. We've established that maybe it's a Virginia thing because we have multiple people that texted in from Virginia saying that they call it a Philly down there.
Is that right?
He's not from Virginia. So I don't know where Jaylen Brown got this. I don't know where the guy from Texas got it. But somewhere out there, they're calling cheesesteaks Phillies.
Well, I remember it used to get, when athletes would come from out of town, they would always talk about getting a chicken cheesesteak from Ishkabibbles.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good, but it's not that's not a cheesesteak.
No. Cheesesteak's a cheesesteak.
Yeah, cheesesteak's a cheesesteak. So while it's good, just the fact that he has to be asked about, well, where you get your first cheesesteak as a member of the Sixers. Oh, shut up. Do you really have to do the cheesesteak?
Oh, he did the jerk chicken.
What's your favorite cheesesteak? Shut up.
You like jerk chicken?
No.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever had a jerk chicken cheesesteak, but I do mess with jerk chicken.
Knock yourself out. Whatever.
If he wasn't Jaylen Brown, I'd have issue.
A Philly, though.
But he's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, can we get the text line? 610-632-0975.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Why it's called a Philly? Because, Sean, I was raised, a Philly was a blunt.
Yeah, same. And but I will also say this, because I'm going to lose major cred here, but up in Scranton, it wasn't a cheesesteak. It was a steak and cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, you would call it, can I get a steak and cheese?
From Subway?
Well, it was my local M6 deli. It was so good.
Steak and cheese?
Yeah, it was a steak and cheese. There was probably Steakums. Steak 'em up. Not the frozen steak 'em.
Yeah, steak 'em. No, Steak 'em up's a place in Philly.
Yeah, not whole different. Sorry. But yeah, I used to say steak and cheese. But yes, cheese steak, not a Philly. I've never called it a Philly.
Well, honestly, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
A Philly to me was Chase Utley.
Where did I get a Philly?
Jimmy Rollins.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you hear somebody, when you hear the poor tourists come in with the accent, where do I get a Philly cheesesteak? So you got to be nice to him and tell him where to go.
Well, that's what it was. The guy asked me, where do I get a Philly? And I was like, I don't know if he's trying to hang out by the players' lot, maybe pick up somebody post-game. I had no idea what he was trying to do.
So then what'd you tell him?
Well, I let him keep talking.
Okay.
And once he kept talking, I realized he was talking, I heard about this place in Old City. I was like, oh, he means cheesesteak.
So he said Campos or the other place that's in Old City. I forget the two places that are there.
Campos is good.
Campos is good.
Yeah.
There's another place I forget. I used to be right down the street. 4th and Market was where the old studios for WIP used to be. So I would, when I did nights and I was doing Phillies games, I'd do the pre, and then I would go and walk and get a cheesesteak. I got fat.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Days.
Fox 29. I used to walk right by it. And then, boom, I would go right there to eat all the time. Good little spots down there in Old City. Is Old City still a thing, right? People still go out?
People still go out there. Buffalo Billiards, man.
Buffalo Billiards? Oh, that's a good
where
one.
the Kelseys had their first date. So that place is...
Oh. Yeah. So now everybody goes there because of the Kelseys?
No, I go there because I like shooting pool and drinking beer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Give me the. You said you had a voice memo, something on the retired numbers, and then we have a phone call. Then we'll get to Ben Simmons. Go ahead.
Matt Mulcahill, plumber. McNabb should not have his number retired. He's not a Hall of Famer. He choked. Okay, he choked where Nick Foles succeeded and Jalen Hurts succeeded. Sorry. Number
enough.
5.
That's background. So, honestly, I don't think that Donovan McNabb was appreciated by a large enough portion of our fan base. I don't. I think he's often disrespected. And when you listen to me talk about him, it may sound like I'm one of those people. I am not. He is just not worthy of having his number retired. Sorry. That's Ray's Hall of Fame in Oaks. He can raise the banner up there.
Why did they retire?
McNabb's not a Hall of Famer.
Well, I mean, forget about the Hall of Fame because that's the criteria for the Phillies. I think everybody's different. The Sixers have retired a bunch of numbers that aren't necessarily the same caliber, but that's what they elected to do because they won a championship. Bobby Jones, Mo Cheeks, and I love that they retired their numbers. That's awesome. Honestly, I think he bullied his way to getting his number retired. That's the way I looked at it. Because it didn't need to happen. It happened really quick too. When Peyton Manning retires, you put that up there quickly, right? When you're talking about one of the top players of all time at the position, Tom Brady, you don't wait to retire that number. You retire it. How long after Donovan finished playing did they retire the number?
That'd be pretty quick.
Not long.
Feels like it was pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But to me, it just never made sense. I was perfectly fine honoring him. Yes, he's the best quarterback in franchise history. At least he was. But anyway, Tom and Collegeville's this is our buddy Tom. Is this Sal Sincere?
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Tommy!
Oh, Sal Sincere.
My guys, you guys are doing great. I love it. I love it every day. I love it every day.
My man.
What's going on, Tom?
I was there Friday and Sunday, and we all saw the same games. We all know what happened. What's driving me crazy the most is, Turner and Bohm are obviously the number 1 and 2 whipping boys on this team. Please give me an explanation about JT Realmuto. Please. I can't take JT Realmuto anymore. I can't. I cannot take him another day. I can't.
Only 2 more years left after this year, Tom.
I know. I can you explain to me? So all you ever hear is how great he is with the pitchers and how great he is with the pitchers. And I'm like, well, don't let him bat then. How about that? Bat him 12th if you can. It drives me crazy. I mean, we call him JT Dribbler in my house. That's his name. JT Dribbler is his name in my house. And
yeah.
And he doesn't even throw guys out, if you notice, anymore. He rarely throws guys out. It's just more noticeable than ever. But, Bohm is gone. We know Bohm is gone. But at least he has 63 RBIs. I mean, for a 220-some hitter. And obviously I feel bad because he's having a down year in his free agent year, and that's the year they usually go crazy, and he hasn't, and he probably won't. It's a little too late now. And, we know he's gone. It is what it is. Turner could, he can go on a heater. Turner can get hot. And I just think we obviously know what he's done in the field, but he still makes a lot of great plays too, and he's not going to another position, at least not until the off season. So everybody says, oh, put him in the outfield. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Maybe in spring training, maybe. But you're not just doing it. I mean, the other guys, Stott is a stud no matter where you put him in the field. I mean, Bones okay first, and again, he's gone after the year. Harper comes back to first. And then for another year, you're going to look for a right fielder again. Just your guys' thoughts. Your guys' thoughts on that. I just wanted to say, but JT drives me crazy. He really does.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it. JT this year, you know what his average is, Sean?
JT Realmuto, I would say somewhere in the 230.
225.
Ooh, all right.
8 home runs, 38 RBIs. Now, you're paying probably most of that because of his defense and handling the staff. But, man, 225 is not good. No. It's not. And
it's a position that you knew what you were going to get if you brought him back. Like, there's no surprise that that's what he's hitting this year. None.
There wasn't a big market for him, and you could have probably, even if you give a second year, you don't have to give the third. They gave him the third year. They went from being, oh, see you, JT, we have Bo Bichette, to here's the 3-year contract.
Yep.
Thanks.
And it's such an issue because you only had limited spots to at least get something new in this past offseason.
That was it.
And that was the one. And people were like, well, would you rather this guy? Obviously, it wasn't like a big, long list of great names to choose from. I get that. But you just knew what you were going to get from JT, and it was a perfect opportunity for them to start fresh. And they didn't. They chose not to. They gave him a 3-year deal. Adley Rushman was the guy that I was politicking to get. You see the asking price, and I'm sure that was pretty steep.
And he's been hurt.
Yeah.
A lot. JT's been healthy.
He has. I think he has the second most innings caught of any catcher in baseball. You were rostering 3 catchers for months. This guy's caught the second most innings in baseball of catchers at 35 years old. He's got 2 more years in his contract. He's had the most predictable fall-off offensively that we've ever seen.
Not good.
Yeah, lowest on-base percentage he's ever had since his second year in the league. Average is the lowest that he's ever had. The power numbers are lowest home run total since like his second year in the league. It looks like maybe because that was a COVID year that he had right there. Yeah, guess what happens when you're 35? This is what happens. You don't get better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, handling the staff and things like that, that's fine. The starting pitching's been great. You don't have to pay a premium price for 3 years to get that, especially when there's not a market for it. But anyway.
It was always going down this way.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you knew it. This was an easy one. And, man, he makes some boneheaded decisions on the base path. We saw that. Like, you just expect a little bit more from him, but he does call a good game. You know, you got to give him credit as far as that category is concerned. But, like, what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? He's an automatic out majority of the time.
Yep.
And there it is.
All right.
Got enough of those in the line.
Well, listen, Ray, there's been a lot of, unfortunately, and I don't know if this is in real life or I just clicked on the wrong thing on social media and now it won't leave me alone. But Ben Simmons wants to get back in the NBA. He's willing to play for the veteran minimum.
You pissed me off.
And he's going to be playing he wants to play for Team Australia, which is another reason why he's in the headlines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he paid his way to camp. Paid his own way.
Did he really?
Sure he was in Australia. Oh, yeah, I read that story. I had to take a shower after I read that
He's
story.
got enough money to do it.
Oh, yeah. Wonder why.
So what's the latest on him coming back to the NBA?
Oh, he's intrigued. Very intrigued. And apparently he's got a non-guaranteed spot with a Western Conference team if he wants it. Yeah.
That seems very promising. A non-guaranteed chance to make a team. Which, by the way, right, he's at a point right now where that's what he needs to do. He needs to go prove himself. Because, some jabroni posted some video online that said the Sixers are considering bringing Ben Simmons back. Says who? You? He's not a reporter. He's some dude. It's like, yeah, so the Sixers are really considering it? I don't believe that.
Definitely gets clicks.
But they're also, I know, it did get a lot of engagement. But he's also posting videos from 10 years ago of Ben Simmons, like, oh, look what he can do. Yeah, 10 years ago, that's what he can do. Now, according to the story I read, he is healthy because he didn't play last year. And I guess the back is much better, and he's healthy, and he wants to play a backup 5/backup point guard. Right? You interested?
No, of course not. I said the only way I'd be interested is if LeBron said, I'm coming to you guys if you sign Ben Simmons.
Then we'd be in.
We land the plane. It's over with that. I feel gross reading all this. His godfather said that he's regained his athleticism. Is that something that happens post-30? You regain it?
No, but he's 30.
Yeah. Is he regaining athleticism?
Honestly, I don't think I don't know how his back is, and he had back surgery. That's an issue. But he still should be athletically in the end of his prime, right? 30 years old. I mean, geez, look at us now, Sean, what I wouldn't give to be 30.
No doubt.
But for what he does, I think he can be fine. It's all between his ears.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute.
It's all mental.
Which, that was the other thing that lost me, the second to last paragraph of the story. Injuries, however, severely plagued the trajectory of his NBA career. He has not played more than 60 games in a season since 2018-19.
Oh, yeah, that was the problem.
I walked upstairs, I turned the shower on. I had to take a shower. I felt gross just reading, just dirty. Just this entire Ben Simmons storyline is gross.
Yeah. Also, the post that he put out yesterday on social media was ChatGPT. You could tell that's what it was. I'll go ahead and read it to you right now because it uses the threes. You know, everything in ChatGPT always has the threes. I don't know if people understand what I'm saying by that. They'll list like 3 things at the end. Ben says, quote, I wouldn't change the story. The highs, the lows, the pain, the time, the lessons, I embrace all of it. Every chapter built something in me that I couldn't have built any other way. Grateful for where I've been, proud of where I stand, ready for wherever this goes. And he used his dumb emoji with the blowing smoke out of his nose.
Man.
That is a ChatGPT post that this weasel, he's such a weasel. Such a weasel. He posted a picture of LeBron James' shoes the other day. Dude, I want no part of this stench anywhere close to my franchise. I am moved on from Ben Simmons. I'm done with him. Good luck in Australia.
Yeah, I love the story that says Ben Simmons eyeing NBA comeback. Like when you're eyeing it, that means you actually have a chance.
Here's the deal,
right? Like I like Ray, you can eye any number of beautiful Hollywood actresses.
I've been eyeing Sabrina Carpenter for a long time.
Correct. It doesn't mean that you have a realistic chance.
Yeah, no.
This guy has a better chance not to be playing in the NBA than anything else.
I've been eyeing up my
Respond
wife.
to
That ain't
one of
working.
those you up messages. I promise.
Yeah, exactly. I will just say this about Ben. If you want to prove me wrong and you want to at least open it up for a conversation, you go to Australia, you perform, you shoot, you ball out. You ball out. And then at least it's somewhat of a conversation for people. For me, it's an automatic no, but at least if you go down there and show you
prove it.
Prove it.
Oh, no, if the dude wants to play and he really is back, he'll have no problem getting back in the NBA. That's never going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. He would easily get an invite to a summer camp. Easily.
I mean, he literally could go work out for a team,
training camp.
and if he's legit, they'll say, okay. If it's true that a Western Conference team, because if you read the story, it says that they lead you to believe that there's all this interest, and there's a non-guaranteed contract that he's being offered. So really what it is, there's a non-guaranteed contract being offered, and there's no other interest.
Yeah.
Right. And they're trying to drum up interest right now. Now, the media takes it because in the NBA, there's nothing to write about right now, so this is something you're going to write about. And the fact that we spent more than 30 seconds on this is a joke because he's not coming back to the 76ers.
Nope.
At all. And there's a better chance that he's fishing than he's playing basketball in the NBA.
Pretty good fisher.
Apparently.
If you're also an NBA team here, and I almost want to throw up that I'm going to take the other side of this real quick, but if you're an NBA team, why wouldn't you have interest? Like, if you're not the 76ers, you won 29 other teams.
No.
It's not going to cost you anything.
No. He's a head case.
Yeah, but you're not giving him anything. It's a non-guaranteed invite to camp.
You don't want that poison around. You just don't want. There's no need to have that guy.
But he's not a poison anymore. You bring him in, and if he's not with the program or it's bogus, you get rid of him.
He wants the life. He wants to be looked at again. He wants to travel. He wants to be a part of a team. Yeah, get out of here.
So here's the Mark Spears. It says sources. Several NBA teams have expressed interest to Simmons' camp, including one West squad that offered a training camp invite. He's also open to signing a vet minimum contract.
And I like Mark Spears, but man, that's
like, come on, man.
a shame.
You're carrying the water for Simmons in his camp. Several NBA teams have expressed interest. But no one's offering something.
I'm trying to figure out the connection between David Patrick, the Arizona State assistant, who's Ben Simmons' godfather, and Mark Spears, because it seems like there's some sort of the fact that he got a name drop in here.
Yeah.
Like, was all this just fed? Like, oh, by the way, my godson paid for his flight, because that's in the story too. Paid for his flight to Australia.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're hoping that some GM or somebody in a front office says, "Hey, what do we think? Maybe." Because, like, by the way, who's the last person on the 76ers this year or last year? Who's the last person on their roster?
Like Jabari Walker?
Yeah, no. Like, who's one of the guys that you could easily release and never remember it again?
But those dudes work hard. Those guys earn it during practice. Those guys do the little things above and beyond. Ben Simmons is not doing that.
But he would need to reinvent himself as being a defensive five that can also handle the ball.
Yeah.
Which, who cares? Man, the 76ers are looking to win a championship this year. We're talking about Ben Simmons.
I'll take Hawk Porty's brother over Ben Simmons right now. And I don't even know if he has a brother. I'll take his brother over Ben Simmons right now. Get out of here. Go away, Ben.
What about Hawk Tui?
Hawk Tui. Hawk Tua.
Hawk Tua. Would you take Hawk Tua?
Absolutely. Where's she at? Spit on that thing.
I don't know if she's been heard from since.
Oh, she's been heard from.
Has she?
Yeah, she was on OnlyFans. Not that I would
Is
know.
that right?
Yeah.
Haktua?
Haktua.
Well, remember she had a Bitcoin out and it blew up in her face?
Oh, yeah.
The Federal Trade Commission was investigating her. Something tells me she was outmatched when you start talking with the Federal Trade Commission.
Haley Welch, the Haktua girl.
Right.
It's a shame, man.
I mean, she left law school to pursue being Haktua girl.
Here she was down there in Nashville. All of a sudden, a camera in her face.
Turned down med school.
Got to spit on that thing.
Coming up, Sean Brace brings us the best from the weekend.
Oh, got a good one.
There's a lot going on.
Comedy Hour with Adam Vinatieri.
Oh, man.
So good. Spit on that thing.
Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
That's right for Lane. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Lane Johnson meet with media Saturday following practice as the Eagles continue training camp. Said this will probably be his final season. He then went on to heap praise on backup rookie tackle Markel Bell.
He's one of the best rookies I've been around, just as far as being in the playbook. You know, no complaining. Haven't heard him complain one time, and just he's always asking questions. So, just a really mature young man.
As for today at practice, no Devontae Smith, no Mekhi Lemon once more due to hamstring strains. For the Phillies, they're coming off a tough weekend. They did walk it off on Sunday, certainly didn't feel like it. They lose 2 of 3 to the Blue Jays, now head to St. Louis. 3-game set with the Cardinals begins tonight at 7:45. The Union got a win in Leagues Cup play 3-1 yesterday. This update is brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less, and that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the
microphone was on 7 seconds ago, Sean.
Hey now.
It wasn't, though, Ray.
No, it wasn't.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Philly signed David Robertson to help the bullpen. Just kidding. When's that going to happen, Ray?
It's got to be over for him.
No, I agree with you, but what? Are they really just going to – this is going to be it?
What you have to do is go comb the Detroit Tigers drafts from the early 2010s, and someone that didn't work out but Dombrowski spent a high draft pick on, that's whoever is going to be picked up at some point here in August.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know who it is, but go find that 2013 fifth-round draft pick. We'll see him in a few weeks in a Phillies uniform.
Probably. What we're going to get to Sean Brace's is the weekend recap you have coming up.
A little quick one, coming your way. Funny one.
The WNBA is completely out of control. We had another incident over the weekend, man. I don't want to get too deep into it because throw a log on top of a gasoline-fueled fire. But Jesus, man.
Yeah, you got some crazy people out there. Enos Kanter and
Enos Kanter is going to apply for the WNBA draft.
And Daryl Morey's famous draft pick, Royce White, former Sixer as well. I think he had a little bit of a run here.
He did. He was released because he was afraid to fly.
That's right.
Now he's running for government, and apparently this.
Which was known when he was coming out, I believe, that he was afraid of flying.
Yes,
but
he thought he was John Madden.
Yeah, they're all crazy. And look, it's just more of the same. Any way you can get into headlines. It's unfortunate because, honestly, as a sports fan, I watch the WNBA when it comes to the playoffs. I've tuned in for a couple Caitlin Clark games and Sabrina games with them. There's some good talent there. The games are fun when you actually, again, postseason, stuff like that. But it's not even about that these days. It's just not.
Well, Sophie Cunningham got clotheslined over the weekend, and now, as you might expect, we've reached a new low as far as how we cover something like that.
Yeah.
And the Carrington player didn't help things.
No, they're not handling it the right way.
Oh no, that commissioner is going to be gone.
She needs to be gone
after this
yesterday.
Yep.
I don't know if she's going to be gone after this year. Honestly, everyone's saying it, but you got to do it.
Is it actually good for the WNBA?
That's a good question.
Probably not.
I'll leave that to the experts. I'm more of a jab at the WNBA. Like I said, I'll flip on. But there is some good talent.
I would have never watched the WNBA game. I don't know how many years ago.
Correct.
It's legit. It really is. I'm excited for Philly to get a team.
2030.
Yeah. I don't want to think how old I'll be in 2030.
Oh yeah, that's a long ways away.
Yeah.
Be fun though.
All right. We got a recap from the weekend, Sean Brace.
Hit me. All right, busy weekend for your boy over here. I watched not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 movies, ladies and gentlemen. 5 movies. But the sports were rolling on. And, oh, by the way, I want to give a shout-out to Marion, who's hosting the U.S. Amateur Championship that started today, as well as the Philadelphia Cricket Club. You got it going out from the 10th to the 16th. So get on out to Marion and watch some U.S. Amateur Championship, which is the 126th going on all this week. All right, let's head to Canton now. And I was not prepared for Adam Vinatieri stealing the show. What a savage he is. We open up 2 jokes, John. Right. Number 1 was about Pat McAfee, who you might have heard about him. He's got a popular show on ESPN.
What's his name?
His name is Pat McAfee.
Let me write that down.
Former punter in the NFL, big special teamer, West Virginia's own. Anyways.
Oh, the wrestler.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
All right.
He played with Adam Vinatieri for a number of years, and he was the holder on the field goal kick team. Adam Vinatieri having some fun here.
Pat McAfee's here in the crowd today. Great to see you, brother. The only person who enjoyed holding my balls more than my wife.
I mean, he goes full Dice Clay and Canton on us. I didn't know we were turning into that. Good grief.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. All right. So, anyways, he wasn't done. And again, you got to leave your mark when you get the opportunity to provide a little speech for the people. All right. Well, the bullseye is on his former coach, the one and only, the great one, Bill Belichick, who you might have missed this if you're under a rock. He is the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels college football team and also has a 25-year-old girlfriend by the name of Jordan Hudson, who is a cheerleader and unfortunately could not make the Canton speech for Adam Vinatieri, so he had some fun at Bill's expense.
Unfortunately, Bill couldn't make it here today. There's a lot going on at UNC right now. He may be on a recruiting trip right now looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. I thought it was because training camp had already started. But in truth, it's because he's judging his girlfriend's cheerleading competition.
Oh! Hey! My goodness. Anyways, Adam Vinatieri with some fun stuff. I thought Larry Fitzgerald was tremendous. He shouted out Emmitt Smith when he joined the Arizona Cardinals, so that kind of shook things up for me a little bit, talking about who he was as a player and the professionalism that he brought to the table, and also a awesome tribute towards Kurt Warner, which I thought was really, really cool. I'm a huge Kurt Warner guy. You might not know that. I'm a huge Kurt Warner guy. Love his passion for the game of football. But really cool stuff. Drew Brees getting inducted, all of that. And the show rolls on, John Marks. Next year, it only gets more difficult. First-year candidates. How about that Brandon Brooks? How about Malcolm Jenkins? How about Richard Sherman or Cam Newton?
Cam Newton, Hall of Famer?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely he is.
Really? Absolutely he is? You know what I think the problem with Cam is? The numbers tailed off earlier than – because, I mean, honestly, if Philip Rivers is the Hall of Famer, it's because he compiled stats late into his career.
Correct.
I'll take Donovan McNabb over Philip Rivers any day of the week.
Wow.
He's a better player. Philip Rivers, stat, won some games.
Yep.
Look at his playoff resume.
No doubt.
I don't think Cam Newton's Hall of Famer.
You don't think Cam's a Hall of Famer?
No,
Interesting.
no.
I'm not, the big numbers guy, so I would be, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my gut right now, Cam Newton's a Hall of Famer.
You know where he gets in the Hall of Fame? With Ray in Oaks, PA. In Ray's Hall of Fame. All right, 11 years, 7 games over 500, completion percentage under 60, 194 touchdowns, 123 interceptions. And again, he was done by 32.
Damn. He might not be a Hall of Famer. All right. Well, yeah, I thought he would be. Anyway.
Last 3 years in the league, he was
MVP 2015.
13 and 23 in his last 4 seasons.
All right. Not a Hall of Famer then. Okay.
But Sherman, yes.
Oh, Richard Sherman, definitely. Is Big Ben a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
All right. Adrian Peterson. Yep, that's an easy one. Gerald McCoy.
I don't know enough about the defensive tackle.
Rob Gronkowski. Absolutely.
I think, I think so.
And then we'll start. Antonio Brown. I don't know his.
He ain't getting in.
He ain't getting in, but still. And oh, by the way, you got the returning finalists that are really tough. Jari Evans needs to get in. Local cat. Had an unbelievable career with the New Orleans Saints. Let's see here. Eli, Suggs, Wayne, Jason Witten.
Suggs, yes. Witten, probably. Len from Tweedsboro checks in. Cam's not a Hall of Famer. McNabb before Cam.
All right, well, then he's not a Hall of Famer. McNabb is not a Hall of Famer. We could all agree with that.
Cam had, MVP, had the one Super Bowl. He wouldn't jump on the ball. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, so those are the finals for next year. And, yeah, a little trip up the can. Have some fun there with, of course, the Larry Fitzgerald and Adam Vinatieri. Oh, Luke Kuechly also got inducted this weekend, too, as well.
Who looks like he's 10.
Yeah.
Still looks like he's a kid.
Ferocious linebacker. Man, what a great pick that was. That was an easy one out of Boston College.
I remember that the Eagles were trying to get up to get him. They always needed the linebacker, and then it was always, they haven't taken a linebacker since Jerry Robinson, 1979, which ended because they took Jahai Campbell.
He didn't play long.
No?
No. He only
played. Does he get hurt? 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah.
8 years, Hall of Famer.
I think he was the youngest enshrinement in a long time. I saw that.
Shows you how good he was for 8 years.
Yeah. All 8 seasons, over 100 tackles. Just an incredible linebacker. Patrolled that field like nobody else.
That Drew Brees bust is, Come on.
He's high. He looks really high on it. He looks like he's ate a 20 milligram edible.
And he was like,
hey, man.
To me, it looks like he's like, oh, my God. This is too much. Call my mom. Coming up, YouTube chat recap and a lot more. Middays with Marks, 9-7. With Marks, YouTube chat recap. Sean's got something here in a second as well.
Yes, sir.
Anybody excited for the relaunch of MySpace? You seen this?
One more social media platform that I need to be on, or
Well, you can jump off of Blue Sky if you want. Right?
Just don't leave Threads. It's going to take off any day now.
Honestly, I am on Threads. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Threads.
You're on there?
Yes.
it automatically posts when I post stuff. It puts it on Threads. I never look. I don't think I'm gaining much following on Threads.
Yeah, I'm not either. But at least it's not like the miserable discourse that takes place on all things Twitter.
No, all of them are different. What I've learned, like Threads, you have a bunch of there's different fake bots on every kind of social media. They're just different. MySpace will be interesting because MySpace is different than all the other ones.
Is this really happening?
Yeah.
The hell is going on?
I think they're even bringing Tom back.
Is Tom alive?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah, Google Tom. He's very much alive. Ray, you missed MySpace.
I did, and I'm gonna miss it the second time too.
I dated people from MySpace.
Oh.
Because you didn't have to be friends with people. You could just search who was online.
Oh.
Yep. So you would go and you would at night. This was when I first started in radio. That's when MySpace was at its height.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had a long-term relationship. Somebody that approached me on MySpace.
Yeah, I'm Instagram story likes and Twitter DMs. That's about all you're gonna get from me in that world.
You know, it's crazy. I was never social media started and whatever, but my old girl got me into MySpace. Gonzo got me on Twitter. I had to join Instagram for some dumb reason. Social media, it's the pits.
Let's stay off it.
I'm trying.
Really?
I can't.
I mean, I don't know. Everybody else is they're so angry over social media. I don't get angry. Facebook is starting to get my wrath with the fake stories. I don't know. I don't
the
go
algorithm.
on.
The algorithm gets you trapped. You get trapped in the algorithm.
I know.
That's all.
I know. All right.
All right. I got something for the Phillies. You ready?
Yeah.
Dude, 20 bombs for Cody Clemens.
I saw.
What is going on?
You know who they picked over Cody Clemens?
Break it down.
Weston Wilson.
Oh, come on.
That's essentially who they designated and by the way, because he was a right-handed hitter and they were too lefty heavy, so they decided to get rid of Cody Clemens.
How is Cody Clemens hitting 20 home runs in Minnesota?
Dude, good for him.
Yeah, no, that's definitely great for him. I liked him. I mean, again, can't get too crazy about all that nonsense, but I did like him as a player.
Right?
Sorry, I would love to have more Cody Clemens talk. I was just trying to count the number of tweets in the last 24 hours for a guy that's trying to stay off social media.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I mean,
I'm getting tagged in the replies of debates you're having on Twitter, and you're telling me you're staying off the social media.
No, I'm hella online. There's no doubt about that.
But he hates it.
But I hate it. Yeah.
I don't really be on the internet.
Yeah, you got Julio Jones. Wait, I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown didn't like each other.
Yep.
I don't go on the internet.
Yeah, no.
The guy who fights with he fights with people like the celebrities. He's being mean to.
Yeah.
He's in the DMs, and I love it because it could bear fruit for us in terms of guests. But he's in DMs left and right trying to get people on the show.
Trying.
Not on social media.
Shoot or shoot.
You should. I was just shocked to hear you say that.
Well, look, I do try to limit it, right? Like, is there a way you could look at your phone and find out how online?
No, I believe you can limit
your history.
You can turn on
screen time.
I've done that before, and
you have?
Yeah, it doesn't work because the next thing you know, I just push it to the side and I still hop on. Yeah, like my daily average is 4 hours and 39 minutes. Is that a lot?
On what?
That's pretty good, actually.
On your phone?
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's nothing.
Okay, good.
I mean, if you're listening to music, does that count? Because it doesn't. Because in the morning, I use my phone for what I'm listening to in the morning, whether it's the Fanatic or WBZ up in Boston, or whatever national radio that I listen to. I don't know. Like I'm not. I don't think I'm actually on my phone that much, doing stuff.
Yeah.
What's yours, Ray? What's your screen time?
I just looked, right? 3 hours, 3.5, which makes sense because I was.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. He was unavailable for 72 hours straight. I was actually ready to send the police to his house.
Can we run through my weekend real quick then?
To check in that he was all
what's your
right.
weekend recap?
I did unfiltered. I had to go straight to the Rumpf for the stuff at the Rumpf. Got done with the Rumpf at 1 o'clock in the morning.
What's the Rumpf?
Yeah,
For
you gotta
people that don't know what
explain
the
it.
Rumpf
Rumpf
is.
Classic. Pro and basketball tournament for the Danny Rumpf Foundation. Danny Rumpf passed away, cardiomyopathy. They
At
raised money
21?
for 21st
Yeah. Damn.
anniversary. So championship game tonight at Drexel. I'll be there. I saw a couple of listeners there over the weekend. Shout out Tyreek. Shout out Joe. Great to see you guys. Then woke up Saturday, immediately down the shore. Buddy was getting engaged Saturday night. You were texting me in the midst of engagement celebration. And I'll be honest, there was no way you were getting in touch with me.
Didn't even register, John. His new co-host didn't even register.
He didn't care.
Nobody registered.
Yeah, but this is what he does.
He's Ray.
It was Saturday night. I'm celebrating an engagement.
I'm not arguing about it.
I was
I'm
the
just
king of
saying.
Prussia.
I'm just saying, you're typically, if I need to reach you, I will text you. You respond back in a timely fashion, especially during the week.
During the week, right?
I don't try to text you with stuff. Well, see, so Ricky texted you back, like
I was shocked.
Nice talk because you didn't respond back to him.
Right.
Sean's doing the same thing to you.
I got good talks by Sean, basically.
Yeah, you
Sunday
did.
morning. Like,
Yep.
oh, good to hear from you, buddy. It's like, my bad, man. My bad. It's been a weekend.
It
I was
has
back
been.
at the Rumpf yesterday.
I'm down 40% from last week, is what it's talking.
Sean's going to spend so much time with me over the next couple days, he's going to be sick of me.
No. We're ready to go, baby. Football season right around the corner. Let's go.
Right there.
Well,
All right, let's get to the YouTube chat recap. What do we got?
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Idiot.
We're 10 days into August. Has Sean gotten his tattoo yet? And how many drinks has Ray had so far this month or last night? Come on, guys. Put your needle and bottles of water where your mouth is. Karate Mark.
20. It's not happening. It's not happening until closer to the season. It's not happening now, excuse me. It's happening 100%. I am getting a witness tattoo, as I said. But we're going to wait.
We're working on the logistics of
Correct.
where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen.
Yes.
Is it going to be like the night of or the day before? Don't worry, Karate Mark.
Definitely getting tatted up.
He's getting it done. As far as Ray's drinking, we know that he has a drinking problem. How many drinks, Ray?
It's an undisclosed number. And I'm working on the trip to Akron. I'm working on setting up the Harlem Shake video. I was a lot less essential to operations when I said all these things.
Yeah.
You guys could have sent me
Right.
to Akron for a day and everything would have been fine. So it's become a little bit more complicated.
All right, we'll
to
go
fulfill all my
Wednesday.
requests. I can't just go Wednesday now. This week I planned things out to do. We got to get this thing ready for next
He's got the
week.
Rumpf. He's got union shows. It's Big Ray Dunn over there.
Oh, but now that you're hosting your own show with Sean, I mean, you could do a remote broadcast from.
How about that?
Is there a Chick-fil-A or something in Akron you can go to?
Sure, we can find something big. So we'll go visit the ESPN Cleveland guys. They had a lot of nice things to
There you
say
go.
about us.
This is also staying.
How about that?
Did they not have nice things to say about us?
The fill-ins. Remember they were talking about throwing batteries at Santa?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well,
They eat their young in Philly.
their fill-ins in Cleveland's a lot different than even fill-ins here. So. Just saying. What's next?
Sean, just tell your neighbor to call Bill's father-in-law about the grass. Noel from the chat.
I heard. Yeah, I heard. He'll get the job done. You know, I try to be a good neighbor. I really do. But they're from a different world, man.
So what do your other neighbors say about
That's
this
the thing. They all get together, right? The
So
kids.
everybody's talking about
Correct.
this one outlier house.
One corner house. Cut your grass.
No, seriously, don't, because I get it. You don't want to have to do that. You just want to, so you post an aggressive sign to them.
It wasn't aggressive.
Well, I would say it was.
It was a notification. You would say that was aggressive.
I'm not saying that you were wrong to do it.
Okay.
I'm saying I would just go on the township website and complain because it's very easy to do. You put the address in, you say the grass is too long, and they will bother them.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm in.
They got nothing better to do.
Well, they're getting a message today.
You know what happened to me? Because they repaved our streets and they redid the sewers and the crosswalks, and they dug up, because unfortunately I have a sewer and a crosswalk, so they dug up like my lawn essentially, and then they just threw dirt on top of it and then grass seed and left. It's all weeds.
Yeah.
And it's not level. So it's like, oh, now I got to deal with it? No, I'm not doing with it. I'm going to be at the next township meeting raising hell if they don't fix this.
Let's go.
Because I'm not paying for it. I'm not doing it. They're going to do it. So I was on the website, and I was sending pictures. I put pictures, and I'm like, this is unacceptable. Like, I understand, like, this has to happen because you're trying to do stuff. It needs to be in the same condition that they left it. And I'm not doing it.
That happened to my neighbors. You should wear the meta glasses when you go in there.
They should. Videotape them. All right, what's next?
John must have 4 houses. Guy is always doing household chores. MBD from the chat.
Well, I mean, you have to cut the grass once a week.
That's great.
Yeah. So you whack. You can whack and blow if you want to, and then cut and then blow. which is also can be done too. But I don't do that. So I whack, cut, blow. And I'm telling you, if anybody needs a landscaper, it's a hobby.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I love cutting grass. I haven't done it in forever, but I do.
Ray, did you used to cut your lawn at home?
Yeah, let's not be. I did for a little, but let's be honest. It was the company that came and did that.
Yeah. No, but my wife always is like, why can't we just hire a landscaper? We did it for a couple years, and it's like, well, because they come on the day that they want to. It starts out on a Thursday because you want your lawn cut for the weekend. Then by the end of the summer, it's Monday that they're cutting it. And if sometimes when it's a drought, you don't need to cut every week. Doesn't matter to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming and destroying your lawn. Sometimes you need to cut it every 5 days. I don't like to give the landscaper power. I want power. All right? Oh, that's nice.
Nobody else was going to pay JT half of that contract. That's what people get mad about. Overpaying to not hurt people's feelings.
Yep.
Same thing they did with Nola. EJM from the chat.
Yeah, and remember McNabb got the pity pay when they benched him. They ended up giving him. Washington did too. They pity paid him when they benched him down there. That's what they did for JT. They knew he was mad because of the whole Bo Bichette thing, so they gave him 3 years. They bid against themselves. One more, Ray.
Sabrina Carpenter is the one who should worry about having a shot with Ray. Arthur from the chat.
Ooh. Sabrina
If
Carpenter.
she wants to shoot a shot, we wouldn't stop her. No, we'll take it under advisement.
We did a full show. We didn't even talk about Cooter.
Oh, pour one out for Cooter from the actor, whoever, what's his name that played
Ben
Cooter?
Jones, 84. Former congressman. Did you know that?
No.
Cooter from Dukes of Hazzard.
Cooter from Dukes of Hazzard. Well, that's what Roscoe used to say.
Yeah, Roscoe.
But he would say Cooter. More Cooter talk. Two Cooter talks in a row.
Love some Cooter
Coming
talk.
up next, the guy that loves Cooter talk, Ricky Metallico, and Bill Colarulo. Unfiltered is coming up next. We'll talk to you later.